Check 1 2 1 2, bitch.
Hey, hip hop is 45 people, 45 years old in this world.
You forgot the date, huh?
No, it's 45, so y'all do the math. Anyway, this is episode 99 of the iLLogical Sense podcast.
Yes, sir.
This is your boy Buzz B.
And over here is JC No Hunnits.
And Martine.
Yo.
And we have a special guest.
I'm back.
It really just stopped as soon as she said she's back. But and we have a special guest.
Not ready for me.
Yeah, but welcome.
Yeah.
You know why she's here. But first,
You know why I'm here. You know why I'm here.
If only you had that one soundbite, but it's good though.
Oh, well.
Oh, well. Anyway, hip hop is 45 years old, so we didn't bake a cake or nothing.
Nah, but we will give a round of applause for our culture.
For the genre, the culture.
Yeah. As of yesterday, which was August 11th, 2018, hip hop is officially 45 years old.
I thought it was around a lot longer than that, but hey.
Well,
too.
Because on August 11th, 1973, that was when DJ Kool Herc threw the back to school jam party out in the Bronx over in the rec room. And I'm looking at the pricing of this shit, man. God damn.
What?
Ladies were in for 25 cents and niggas were 50 cents.
So in that establishment, it would have been ladies for $5 and niggas for $10.
Pretty much, yeah. Mm-hmm. Maybe even more.
That's so funny that it's 25 cents and 50 cents. Like,
no, that was
hey
back
girl,
then.
we getting ready to go out, get that roll of quarters. Like, what? Like, I'm rolling in with dollar bills and nothing else. That's
Imagine
so
strip
weird.
clubs, man. That's why I would bring a whole bunch of change.
I've done that before. I've gone to a strip club before and brought nothing but quarters.
Socks of quarters.
Oh.
Making a drizzle.
Yeah.
Hey, laundry money's laundry money, but
Throwing them at them strippers. They'd be all like... Cling, 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 cling.
Sir, you are throwing health hazards at the dancers.
But yeah, this culture is alive and well. We took over the charts. We took over fashion. We like hip hop marketing. Hip hop has legit. We're winning Oscars. We're all over We're all over sports culture. We are everywhere. Hip hop is here to stay, whether you like it or not.
I want to say rest in peace to the sports ambassador, if you remember, Stuart Scott.
Yep.
Very much and very heavy factor for hip hop and having it pretty much go into the sports realm when he first got to ESPN.
Yep. So on that note, Austin.
Give me a hell yeah!
For hip hop.
Hell yeah!
A round of applause. So, hip hop is dominating the charts. And like we promised last week, we didn't think it was going to happen. I thought we had to postpone and shit, but...
We didn't think it was going to happen because...
She said it wasn't going to happen.
It wasn't a thing.
It wasn't a thing.
We were told.
And, I'm kind of happy it happened because I don't want Nicki Minaj to be over episode 100. But, hey, she was all over the radio. Well, not all over the, actual radio, but Beats One Radio when she wanted to premiere her album, Queen
Radio.
Yeah, so we're gonna get into this album, but first, everything building up to this bullshit was a bunch of bullshit. It was entertaining.
I didn't listen.
I listened to a bit. I listened to the main parts of it, and then I just
like all of her shenanigans and such leading.
Pretty much, it was Beats One Radio, and I thought it was just Nicki on there. And, Zane Lowe was her co-host, and...
Walk me
of
through
course.
this. So So that day with the Beats, her little station, right? She was just on there like
talking shit.
Hey, listen to track 1. This is what it meant.
That was the second day. But what happened was...
Oh, this shit went on for more than one day?
Okay, this is what happened. Her plan was that it was going to be because she thought everyone thought the album was going to drop next week.
Okay.
Or this week that we're recording. But she did Beats One Radio, and she was hinting... Her whole main goal was that she wanted to surprise everyone and just drop the album when she was on the radio.
Right. She's not Beyonce. Keep going.
That's your girl. But anyway, Zane Lowe was her co-host, and pretty much that whole shit was just a Nicki... It was a Nicki ego boost-a-thon. It was just like sucking her dick the entire time, and Nicki was just like, yes, I'm the queen, ha ha ha. You know, she was interacting with fans and all this other shit. So, the album was going to drop. It was going to drop. And then, this is what happened. I was on my break at work, and I literally turned it on when all the fuckery happened. They were playing Moment for Life, and she was like, yeah, this is the Moment for Life. Yeah. Well, Queen's not coming out August 17th. And I was like, oh. You know, everyone aired the horns and shit. Oh? What? And she said the album was supposed to drop tonight, but it's not, and I'm pissed off. And I was like, uh-oh. So then she announces the album's going to come out at 9 a.m. The next morning, but she was so pissed that she literally threw a fit.
Like on the radio?
Yes, and mind you, she brought her little squad. People started showing up. Yo Gotti, Kim Kardashian, Kelly Rowland. It don't really fucking matter. Cassie showed up.
Yeah. I mean, I saw the pictures, but I didn't understand the premise of what the point was.
They were just showing up just to show support or whatever. But
I mean, I'm sure the food was good. I would have showed up too if I had an invitation. Was it an open bar? Like, I would have went.
I don't think they had open food and shit. They were probably just there taking selfies and just standing around and shit. Anyway, so Nicki was just acting a damn fool. She was pretty much on the phone, like, I'm supposed to come out tonight. Da, 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 da. So she calls the studio exec, like the label executives, like the CEO, Montel Lipman of Republic Records. She called them on the radio, and she was just going like, why is the album not out? Why is the album not out? Da, 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 da. Like, Jimmy Iovine just texted me.
Unprofessional.
Dude,
ugly.
I'm thinking like this was just a stunt, but I was like, no, this was real. It was, people were comparing this to the equivalent of Mariah Carey's little meltdown on TRL years ago. You remember that?
That was a bad fucking meltdown.
Where she had the ice cream cart and she was but she was cute doing that. She was going through things.
But it was weird. That's pretty much what they compared it to, because she was literally having a meltdown. And then she was like, why can't the album come out now? Why can't the album come out now? Da, 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 da. Like, acting like a child.
I was just going to say, that sounds more like a tantrum.
It was
You are acting a child.
Acting a child. Yeah. And then what made it even worse is that she didn't even know the track list came out.
Wow.
She didn't even know the track list was out. I was like,
things like this, like I was saying before, like, where is her power? Where is her, like, onus in her own projects? Like, these are conversations that should have been had behind closed doors. Things should have been finalized. Like,
you know, you're thinking too logically. This is the illogical sense. You're thinking too logically.
Like,
and you gotta remember, Nicki
Minaj
is a bird. At the end of the day, she is a bird that just knows how to rap. It's the sad truth.
I mean, call a spade a spade.
She's a bird, and it was entertaining. I'm just hearing all this, and what made it even worse is that you saw Kim, and when I looked on certain people's social media, you saw Kim taking selfies, and in the background you heard Nicki just screaming on the phone. It was so tacky, and it was just like, this is embarrassing. It was just like, just give me the damn music. I can't wait to roast this shit.
Yeah, what's the lady from Toronto that has the vitiligo?
I know you're talking about. I forgot her name.
Willow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Winnie.
She's going off in the background.
Yeah,
and
that's
she
what
has the selfie video, and she's just
yeah
looking and clowning and shit. And I'm like, this looks like a hot pink shit show right now.
It was, and then they even showed the studio. It was all pink, and they had Queen on the logo.
Yeah, with the light. Yeah.
And Zane Lowe just sounded uncomfortable. He's like, "Yeah, I'm just gonna come back tomorrow morning. We're just gonna play the album. We're gonna play the album tomorrow morning." So I was just like, "Well, I'm gonna go to sleep anyway." And it was just a mess. That just sums up this stuff. So you're trying to tell me album was supposed to come out June 15th. Got pushed back to August 17th. Then announced, no, the album's going to get pushed back. Then said the album ain't coming back August 17th. It's supposed to come out now, but it's going to get pushed back to 9 a.m.
I mean, poor child. ghetto.
Play the Vincent Price slap so I can laugh with him. Play it. Oh shit!
That's not queen behavior.
That's peasant. That's what she should have called this album, Peasant. And what also, I mean, it didn't disappoint me, but it was just like she didn't mention 3 things on the show. On this, 'cause I thought she was gonna be real and talk about stuff. She didn't talk about Sheether. She didn't talk about the Cardi, of course, and she didn't talk about Wanna, the chick she DM'd and then her fans attached, because now she got all that. She didn't talk about none of that. And what made it even more funnier is that it came out that I think Zane Lowe admitted that they only approved 3 questions for him to ask. And it was only about music. Pre-approved questions.
Yeah, of course. That's why you get Zane.
Well, she's going to talk to Elliott Wilson.
I was about to say, did they try running that past Elliott Wilson?
We're going to find out because he's kind of, whatever. We'll see where that goes.
I can't wait because then I can, hit play on my title. You know what I'm saying?
Play on your title.
Yeah, if you ain't got that title yet, you know what I'm saying?
You really going to watch her bird talk?
Of course, for Elliott Wilson. Elliott Wilson's for the culture.
Yeah, but he's talked to her before, and she still had the bird talk, and he kind of sucked.
How it goes throughout will determine how long I stick with it, but for Elliott Wilson, for sure.
We'll see. I used to have a lot of problems back for Elliott Wilson back in the day, but years later, man. Anyway, let's get to this whole ass album. The album did drop actually early. It came out at 8:55, and I turned that fucking radio shit off. And
I was at work.
I know, but I was like, well, I told Martine the album's out, and he was like, no!
The horror.
You gotta listen. You have to listen.
Right before I went to sleep Thursday night, we were all in the group chat trying to figure out, all right, well, if it's not dropping this week,
we got shit to talk about,
Well, yeah, we're doing that, and I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna listen to this. What was it? The R plus R equals now, which was the Terrace Martin. All those guys.
Yeah.
Martine was like, wasn't if the Pharaoh dropped? And then I'm like, well, that means I can go back and listen to City Girls. And then you brought up Trippie Redd. So we kind of had everything set up.
But nope.
Yeah.
Then I text you like, yo, I think Nicki's dropping the album tonight. And you're like, fuck. I'll call Larissa. So, voila. Peasant. Not queen. Peasant. That's what I'm going to call this album. Peasant. Message. Don't be a mess. Peasant. That's what we're gonna call it. Peasant. That's what we should call this episode. Peasant.
The fuck is she talking about?
It was just so.
So we want to do. Are we gonna go through all the tracks? Let's do this as a family, okay?
Let's go.
So the first track, what did you guys think?
Ganja Burns.
Yeah.
That track leaked actually. That and the video.
Leaked.
Oh, really?
A month or 2 ago.
Yeah.
Intriguing.
I forgot about it until I pressed play. I was like, oh wait,
this leaked.
This did leak.
Yeah.
Okay.
I remember when I first heard it. I was like, meh. Is this typical Nicki?
I thought it was a cool little, intro to the album. I was like, all right, this isn't a bad.
I thought it should have been. I definitely agreed with it being the first song, but I felt like something should have went before that. Like it didn't feel like an actual opener. You know what I mean? Like,
so you're saying like just some, I don't know, like a talking.
Like you wanted like a traditional
actual intro.
Yeah. Like
she's not good at
not at the level of My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy,
right?
But something close to that.
Nicki's never been good at intros on none of her albums. Well, Pink Friday, kind of.
Well, I mean, I like the title.
Of course you did.
Of course you do.
The only thing that would have made it better for you is if Wiz Khalifa was on the song.
I'm just saying.
Yeah. But that kind of leads into track 2, Majesty, featuring Eminem and how do you say this motherfucker's name?
Labyrinth. It doesn't matter.
Labyrinth.
It don't matter. It don't matter.
Nobody cares.
Shots fucking.
I didn't know who the hell he was.
Well, he produced it too with M. So
M co-produced it. Yeah, I can hear it. I can hear it. So
Nicki's, of course, when M's involved, Louis Resto's gonna be involved.
Yeah, was he on there on the credit? Mm-hmm. Of course.
Yeah.
Besides M's verse, this shit was trash.
Yeah, I feel like it was a bunch of noise, and then Eminem was great, and then it was noise again. I feel like I would have given her a little more credit if she would have been the feature on the song, or if the song would have ended after Eminem's verse. Like, okay, this is my album, I'm gonna do my bit in the beginning, and then Eminem's gonna pop off, and then now we're done here. Like, why'd you come back?
Her ego, you know how Nicki's shit is.
She shouldn't have come back.
Like, like I said, it sounded more like an M record. It sounds like a revival leftover. It probably wouldn't have helped the album, but it was one of his best. It was a good verse.
Right.
He's undefeated.
This could have been
this
a nice little throwaway single for him.
Yeah, he's still
what I mean?
undefeated in verses. Now, y'all niggas think differently.
Yeah, I hate to break up y'all little camaraderie here.
Henry, next song.
That was cute. That was real cute.
Yeah. So here's my take on it. Where Roman's Revenge, back on Pink
I agree
Friday,
with you on this
was
part of it.
the blockbuster hit. This track was a fucking straight to DVD sequel.
Oh, I agree with you on that one.
Yeah.
And nothing about it was good.
Nah.
Not even M's verse.
Wow, hurtful
nope.
and inaccurate. That
No.
is amazing.
Hurtful and accurate.
I'm gonna tell you why. We know M for being not only a dope lyricist, but a very versatile lyricist and rapper altogether.
Yeah.
So just because you jump on a record and go and do
You are
that
so disrespectful. We're taking
and do
separate
that
parts.
flow that he doesn't mean that it's fucking good.
To y'all.
Like
To you.
that's the stereotypical white rapper
What if I like
flow
that?
that
Yeah.
always gets them made fun of.
But what if I like
What
that?
was he saying what was he saying?
A whole bunch of fire.
It didn't
What-
matter.
what was he saying?
speaking.
He was spitting.
Yeah.
He was spitting
metaphors.
the whole metaphors. He was talking about all the Slim
So
Shady
you liked
shit.
so you liked how he said
Punchlines.
you liked how he called himself Nicki's husband and
That
said
was
don't come to
offensive.
the
I
throne.
did not.
He was playing a character. That's all he was doing. Majesty. He was playing off the whole king and queen. That was the whole point of it. Now, am I gonna listen to that shit again? It's like taking a shit and just going through this shit to find a diamond. It's cool the first time, but I don't want to keep digging through
You
shit to
actually
go to the
find
diamond.
digging through shit cool the first time?
Hey man, if I know a diamond gonna be in there,
Why are you?
But there was no
following
diamond.
I think I
There's
get
a
what
fucking
you're saying.
picture from
but
2002 when you
could've
thought
okay,
it was a diamond.
let me rephrase
Yeah,
that. It's like
come again.
eating a hamburger and then only liking and taking out certain pieces of it and only eating the bun. And I'm not gonna do that shit again. You get it now?
No, because then how is M's verse fire then if you're never gonna go back to it?
No, because it's smothered between Nicki Minaj, lettuce and cheese and shit like that.
Nah. So
No, I don't care now. So
where M was dope on Chloroseptic, because obviously the beat called for that.
the remix,
Right.
not the actual
of course,
song.
the remix.
The remix.
Oh,
Yes,
yeah.
let's be clear.
Where he was dope on Caterpillar with Royce because
And he
the
was
beat
dope on
called
it.
for that, and Royce was doing the same flow.
and he was
so
dope
that
on
made
this
sense.
too. He was dope on this.
This one, it was kind of just like, yo,
But
The
he
fuck
goes
are you
up
doing?
and down. He doesn't just do his whole fast rap thing. Like, doesn't he start out, if I remember correctly, he starts out kind of
I'll admit that
slower,
part
and
was
then
the little
beat
interlude was kind of
changed
iffy, and then why are we still talking about this M verse? We all disagree to disagree. Me and Larissa, high five. Fuck y'all.
nah. Just because a nigga raps fast don't mean that it's
To
good.
y'all, but to me, it's my
let's
opinion.
go. Let's go out into the bay and go find a nigga that raps fast, just to
Okay.
rap fast and not say shit. Let's see if
Hey,
it's dope to you.
That's my opinion. It's my opinion. Y'all can say true to y'all, but this is my opinion. I liked it. So let's get to something good. The only
Sing for
good
the moment, M. That's
Yeah.
the type of M
That's
that.
Eminem.
Yeah.
Go listen to Sing for the
I'm
Moment.
riding with it.
Go listen to
We're listening to him on the way home.
yeah,
Barbie
play that
Dreams.
verse on repeat.
But no, I could have did that song did nothing for me.
Yeah, at the end of the day, the song's still trash. We can all
Right.
agree on that.
How did you guys feel about Barbie Dreams?
We all love that
liked it.
record. That was the only surprisingly good
That shit
record.
was dope.
Yeah.
It was like you actually tried.
Yeah, I was like, that was my thought. I was like, you actually had the balls to try it, and you actually made this respectable. Like,
If y'all
She
know
props off
executed
to
it
you,
very well.
right?
what about Barbie Dreams, she's pretty much rapping about fucking all of the rappers, all the male rappers.
yes,
and shit.
exactly. So,
Yeah.
in case you haven't heard it yet, it's pretty much a
Play on Biggie's Dreams.
I would call it play or a remake,
Remake.
Yeah.
remake, homage, whatever you want to call it, to Biggie's. What was the track called?
Dreams.
Dreams,
I
thank
got
you.
dreams of fucking an R&B bitch.
Right. And she
Yeah.
basically listed what she said on social media was people that she fucked with. It wasn't to diss them. It was
It was just a
Yeah.
play on.
Yeah.
It was all in good New York.
I don't understand anybody that listened to that record that thought it was a diss. Like,
I don't know. The
I
DJ
didn't
Khaled
get this
line
vibe.
was funny as hell.
oh yeah,
That was
I mean,
the
people
pussy
try to
line was
control
funny too.
narratives.
The Meek Mill line is like, I used to have dreams about times
Oh,
like
and
this.
she, like,
Face ass.
I was like, ooh.
That was funny. I
Yeah.
chuckled at that. I was like, oh, now if she would have released that song with Chun-Li, we would have had a whole different conversation.
Mm-hmm.
We would have, no, it'd still be the same.
Well, because you notice Barbie Tings didn't make the cut.
Right.
I was upset about that.
Because it didn't pop
Personally.
off. It didn't pop off. Chung-Li popped off.
Yeah,
she pulled the Drake method.
I liked Barbie Things better than Chun-Li. I don't know. Maybe that was just me.
She pulled a Drake method. She released 2 songs just to see which one would pop. And Chung-Li popped, Barbie Things did it.
Right.
I don't know why she filmed the video. I was like, filmed the video for Barbie Things. I think she thought that song was going to pop. That's probably why she filmed it.
Anyway, Rich Sex, we can skip. We've already
skipped that
about
shit. That was I skipped it as soon as I knew that was the next. I skipped it. That shit was trash.
So Rich Sex, Bad, and Chun-Li, we don't need to discuss. We've already talked about.
Yeah, Hard records. White was that was the one that was the first subliminal to Cardi that I heard.
Was it?
When she said, "I don't need to be a stripper to be on the pole position."
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, as soon as I heard that, like that was the song that leaked.
I don't know about you guys, but I was counting how many bars where she was rhyming one word with the same word.
She does that a lot.
She does that too much.
So in Majesty, she rhymed now 8 consecutive times.
You counted.
Yeah.
You're serious. I didn't. That
She rhymed now with now 8 times.
Wow.
Body with body with body, I think 4 times.
That rhymed.
I know, right?
Body with body.
I think
Yeah.
you did there.
Catalog with catalog.
Well, catalog's a hard word to rhyme with.
Man.
But then she went to blog
Analog.
later. Analog.
I am not on trial here. I don't understand why you're
You're the stand here. Dum dum. You're the stand here. We had one, but yeah.
And then after that, I was just like,
fuck it.
I'm not even gonna count these anymore. Let's go.
But that was a song that leaked. And then when people asked about it, I was like, I don't know what you're talking about. And then she put it on the album.
I had no idea that leaked.
Well, it was a snippet.
It was the full song.
Really?
The full song leaked.
Song.
And I remember because I re-listened to this episode right before you guys showed up, and I was just like, that was a song that leaked. I was like, okay, Nicki, I see what you did. so yeah, that was the first subliminal, and then after Hard White, it was Bad. Don't care. Thought I knew you with Weeknd. Weeknd tried to save the record. It didn't work.
It was very forgettable to me. My boss really liked it, but she's a huge Weeknd fan.
So she needs to just make a Weeknd only record.
Yeah, so she was just like, I liked it for that, but
yeah,
it was forgettable to me.
Oh yeah, really forgettable. And then we had Run and Hide, which I should have ran and hide to listen to this record.
Is that the one where she was doing that singing, humming?
She does that a lot.
Whatever she does.
Yeah, she does that shit a lot. And I don't know.
But you know what? Sometimes it works for her, and sometimes it doesn't.
It doesn't.
Run and Hide, it was bad, but like Pills and Potion, it worked out. Her little singing thing.
Yeah, she knows how to use it sometimes.
And that's the only time she should use it is sometimes.
But
I feel like on this album she relied on it a lot, and I wasn't here for it.
She did it on Pink Print too. I think she really thinks she's a good singer. She's not.
That's unfortunate.
Drake is a better singer than that, and that's by very, very little. Huh?
Yeah.
Run and Hide?
Yeah.
Actually, Thought I Knew You and Run and Hide actually were standouts for me. Not because I thought that they were good. They just sounded unfinished, but they sounded like they were onto something. So it sounded like it was rushed.
But
because when she sings, I like when Nicki sings.
Really?
Yeah. I like when Drake sings, and I like when Nicki. They sound more authentic that way. If you notice,
Nicki's
if they
voice.
have the right beat, because in another song she does later, I think it's "Come See Me" or "Come."
I like that one.
That one I really loved, like on repeat love.
She sounds. That's the one song where she sounds 100% authentic. Like she actually meant
so
what
like
she was.
sometimes I think it's
delivering.
the beat and the content. If she's gonna do that sing-songy whispering thing she does.
Yeah, to me, it didn't do nothing to me. I'm here for the raps because anyway, whatever. So then we got Chun Sway.
Trash.
Basura.
Okay.
That was garbage.
Right in there.
And
I don't even think I finished the song.
What made it so bad? There was 2 things that made that song, so that should not have made the cut at all, man. But
Little Swahili on it didn't save it either, whatever his name is. I was not.
Swahili.
It was bad.
Yo, don't disrespect Sway Lee like that.
Say, man, come on.
Don't do Sway Lee like that.
Don't do Sway like that.
I thought you were gonna say listen, Mama Say, Mama Sa, Makusa. I didn't like that either. Like what? I mean, no. But the thing that made it worse is that Nicki went on Twitter. And I don't know this because I get blocked. I'm blocked by her, but someone posted a screenshot saying, "Yeah, it was the last song I recorded. I was in a rush, so yeah, I'm gonna re-record it and put it on and do it on the update or whatever." I was
Which contradicts what she said when she said this album is perfect. the way it is.
I took the time and
I took my time to make this and all this other stuff. Now you're saying you rushed the record. Not only did you rush it, you put it on, man. And
there were 19 tracks, baby girl. Leave it off.
And it was like at the halfway point. And then the funniest part in the end, it sounded like an outro because she was all going like, "Oh yeah, this is like," she's shouting out her barbs, and then she goes and says, "Yeah, y'all in the middle listening to Queen saying, yeah, now I know why this bitch called the queen because I really am the queen," and just laughing at herself.
And
like,
I was sitting there like, no, that's actually what I wasn't thinking. I was
right? Not at
thinking
all.
the polar opposite.
And it was like,
doesn't sound like a queen.
Is it called Queen?
Yeah.
Seriously.
To me, it was like, you really are delusional right now. Like, you're really just ignoring everything right now.
I think she just at this point in her career has too many yes men around her because she went on to say this was perfect, blah, 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 blah. I don't really care who you are as an artist. 19 songs is too many, point blank, period. Like, it just is.
Oh, yeah.
So there was no way she could have got perfection off of 19 tracks. Mm-hmm. And then to say certain tracks, oh, well, it was rushed and I threw it on there. Why? And why? I can't get off of the 19 track thing. It should have been like 11, if that.
Maybe 10.
Like...
Maybe even 12 at the most.
It was just too much content, and then it just overall it was mediocre. It was very unseasoned.
Well,
it was boiled chicken breast at the end of the day. Like I'll eat it, but
So LLC in good form. Those were the two tracks I was kind of like, okay, you're rapping.
I liked LLC,
and she sent more subliminals to Cardi saying, I forgot the stuff she was saying, but it was just like, you're not gonna replace me, blah 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 blah. You know, I'm the one queen. She was mentioning Monster and all the other shit again.
Yes.
I know.
LLC, I like the beat.
I like the beat.
I like the LLC beat.
Overall, the production is...
Yeah, I mean...
Just like Drake's album.
I mean, that's what you're going to get when you're signed to Cash Money, Young Money.
You got that budget.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's not an issue.
I was like, what budget? Because Birdman can't pay nobody. You got to, yeah.
You know,
anyway.
Apparently he can pay people because he just signed another artist.
Oh, yeah, we talked about that, didn't we?
Yeah. Was that... What the fuck was his name?
Don't matter. Nip Tuck.
Nip Tuck. Okay.
Somebody out of Florida.
Wasn't that another singing song? There was another sing-song record, Nip Tuck?
Nip Tuck was forgettable. I honestly can't think of it
that was forgettable.
Yeah.
The Too Lit, Too Light interlude was too legit to quit. That's why I quit, and it was quick and over with.
It was done.
Some people thought it was like a pop record. It had a potential pop record, and then it just ends. And I'm like, whatever. Come see About Me, you guys.
Whoever mixed Come See About Me
deserves a Grammy.
They need something.
I think
whoever mixed that record
Hitmaker
was
on
dope.
that. Hitmaker produced some of the shit. Hold up, Hitmaker.
He ain't on this.
He ain't on this at all.
I heard his tagline on the album. I heard Hitmaker's tag. I heard it.
He ain't on this.
I heard it. And whoever did, come and see who produced that.
Hitmaker is Youngberg, correct?
Yes.
Sure
Yeah.
I'm not good with names, so I just...
Yeah. Come see me. And then there was Sir with Future.
I
liked it.
I skipped that shit.
I feel like it's going to be really good to be
that.
on the radio and super overplayed and everyone's going to hate it in a month. It's going to be perfect for that. But I liked it.
I skipped that.
At first when I saw it, I was like, okay, now they're just trying to cater to the fact that they're going on tour with each other. But then after the third time I listened to it, I was like...
You listened to it 3 times.
Because that's how I knew how many times she rhymed. I mean, just catch that on the first listen. The more I listened to it, I was like, I actually would have preferred it if this was a Future song featuring her. Because I liked her cadence with the beat. She flowed it well. Still couldn't tell you what she was talking about. But I did, I appreciated that. Yeah, Zaytoven and Metro who produced it. And the Future guy on the joint... And he rocked it. So it wasn't a bad record to me. I thought it was pretty good.
It just dragged, and I was already losing patience, so I just skipped to the next song. I had a wedding to go to, so I didn't want to be pissed off going to the wedding. So I skipped to the next song, Miami, which I actually kind of liked.
Definitely a
It was cool.
It was a low key slapper. And then,
that was good value Diddy talking shit in the background.
Yeah. And then we got, I guess you could call this the last song, Coco Chanel with Foxy Brown. And Foxy, baby girl, do not ever rap on another fucking record. That shit.
I can't remember it. It was
it's her ears, man.
Rap.
She can't hear.
I know.
Can't hear?
She couldn't. I mean, she used to be deaf.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
That's sad. Leave her alone.
No. She's good now, so we can make fun of it.
I'm talking about disabled people now. There's a line. Okay.
Even
Even
M had a line going out of here. It's like, "Oh, you deaf girl? I heard that you were Foxy." See, but yeah, that song, it was the last song, and then like, whoa.
It ended up being the outro too. I was kind of like, huh?
Yeah, because I was kind of like, where's Inspirations? And I skipped. I was like, hold up, it's the last verse? Why is she called Inspirations? How is this the outro? I'm confused, and it just ends.
Yeah.
It just ends.
I am confusion.
What?
I am confused.
I am confused. Oh, I thought you were trying to do the Pusha T shit.
No, I was just it's like, I'm confusion right now. What the fuck just happened?
It was just end.
Like, I legit went back and I was like, wait, did the song not download? Like, I went back, played it, and I was like, the fuck was she doing?
Why did she call? And then is it because she was naming off a whole bunch of shit on that last part, and then I guess what inspired
like for how
it.
much time you have to spend to get through 19 tracks, she could have ended it a little more gracefully. Like
it was 18 technically. It was 18 if you
true, but it's like just
17 to take that interlude off.
Like,
yeah,
I don't know.
I wanted to hate this album. Like I was preparing, I was working out, getting ready. Ding,
right?
ding, ding. I was gonna go ham.
Same Z's.
And then he just came back with, it's just mediocre.
Yeah.
It was when I say it's mediocre trash, not trash.
Right.
Wow. But it was just yeah.
Busby McMahon.
It definitely shouldn't have been called Queen.
It's
all the drama around it was completely unnecessary. Mm-hmm. It should have been shorter.
Should have been.
I liked that Nicki's starting to rap now. Now, what I'm excited to see is what she does from here. And by what she does from here, I mean, will she be quiet?
Nope.
Like, I really wish she would. You know what I mean? Like,
she's not gonna be quiet.
Nah.
And I forget what song it was, but she's like, "Oh, I can't ruin my legacy, or you can't take my legacy from me." And
she's
it's like
talking to Cardi and
by
everybody.
all means, we cannot take your achievements from you or your legacy from you, but what you can do is ruin it. You, Nicki Minaj, yourself, you can ruin it. Like, and all it takes is one thing, and people totally forget it. Like, totally forget all the good things you've done. She is literally one batshit crazy episode away from it not mattering about Itty Bitty Piggy anymore. It not mattering about any of the records she broke or anything like that. She is one crazy bad wig interview away from ruining her own shit.
Well, Elliot Wilson. we talk sooner than later. Okay, right? We have a tendency, because you on here now, every time we say shit on this show, shit always just ends up happening. So you put it out in the universe. That's on you. I didn't say it, but I agree with you. She's one little shit away from losing her shit, and I think that's when she's gonna go out and discard it. Because my overall opinion about this album, it's forgettable.
And then she's just she's gonna make herself look washed up soon.
It's like,
gonna make me really sad.
It's typical Nicki. What's like for the Nicki barbs, like the delusional hardcore stan barbs, this is perfect. This is what they wanted.
Oh yeah,
this is exactly what she gave them what they wanted. But to grown up Nicki fans that watched her come up, like yourself,
and supported her
and want to see her grow and talk about other stuff instead of all this fucking hood rat.
And now, I'm here for the hood rat.
I mean, you're good for that. Okay, teenage shit, like little
grown hood rat.
Yeah,
refined hood rat.
And it's like she's kind of just blocking, like she's kind of hiding it because she has shit to talk about. She's walking around with a big ass dent on her face, and that's that dent that Remy Ma left her with Sheether.
Oh, wait, time out. Other than Barbie Dreams, did she say anything about meat?
No.
I don't think so.
So she left that out.
Yeah.
Yep. And she left. Yeah, but she was.
But her song.
But she had a lot to say, leading up to this album when it came to his judge.
Exactly.
But okay, who do you think "Come See About Me" was about?
Oh, there was another record that dropped.
I think it was probably just generic.
There was another record that came out
with Nas.
That shit was trash. It was supposed to make it, but the samples didn't get clear. I think that was the one that she wanted to come out. That shit was trash. I really hate Nas there now. The album.
That's what it took?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Not the actual album.
Not the album.
Yeah. Just that.
Not
just
when
that
you
one
heard
track.
the album.
Yeah. Just that. Bonjour. Yeah, that's gonna be on the playlist.
Is it?
Yep.
I thought we already put it on.
No, we didn't.
Oh, okay.
It was gonna be on this time. Bonjour. Bonjour indeed. Anyway, the album she said she's gonna put 2 more Target bonus tracks when it goes to Target.
I really wish that would stop being the trend. with artists. You put your shit out, If you have other shit, put it on your next record. Like, I don't want
More
a Queen
tracks.
2 or a Queen Reloaded or a Queen. Like, bitch, no, you had your chance. Now wait. And then release something else.
See, all around, this gets a solid 2, maybe 1.5 if I'm being nice.
I'll give her a C. I mean, I'll let the tag.
Yeah, it's down there. I wasn't even actually thinking about a grade because, the thing of it is that it's like you said, it was mediocre. We actually expected to come in here
Just having a roast-a-thon.
but
drag that shit through the
But
dirt.
somehow, some way, this isn't an album that's gonna float away and you talk shit about it. It's just an album that's
float
just
away.
Just
Yeah.
floats like
Right next to Justin Timberlake. It's
And
gonna go
that's actually, to me, that's actually worse than an album that floats away and as it floats, you talk shit about it. Like
it's like you just have
Forgettable.
yeah.
It's gonna float right next to Justin Timberlake. That's what's gonna happen as the most forgettable albums
Old
this
Man in
year.
the Woods album?
Yeah, you remember that now, huh? You forgot about that.
I did.
Yeah, until I brought it up.
But I must say, I'm still mad at Justin for what he did to Janet Jackson. Won't get into it, but I'm bitter, so all of his music can go to hell. I want a public apology.
Hell yeah!
Not over it. Sorry.
Okay, so
All right.
yeah, that's Queen. Y'all expected us to go in, but Nicki just went in on herself, and now it's just gonna float away. I mean, she's probably gonna go number one.
Yeah.
And then it's just gonna literally just float away while Cardi just comes back with another shit. And that's a nice little segue because Cardi announced that on her Instagram story, literally when Queen dropped. Like, no, it was after the radio show dropped.
That's my asshole shit.
She was randomly on IG story. She was just randomly talking, and she said that she's working on new music, and she's hoping to release a project on September 1st. And it's just going to be all Invasion of Privacy leftovers. With some tracks that didn't make it, along with some new material. And
That's
she
the way
has,
to keep your fans engaged since you
See?
won't be on the tour.
Yeah.
No, that means the machine's behind her. That's what's going on.
Well, I mean, of course that, but
Yeah.
the fact she's not going on tour because she's a new mother.
Mom.
A little culture.
Yeah, so because that, I mean, that's
Yeah.
a nice substitute.
Yeah, and
I mean, I'll take it as a fan.
and they're gonna release Ring with Kalani as a single.
Yeah, that they've been trying
As
to
a
get at
single
that for a
and
while.
video, so it's like, okay, now that she had the baby, and I think they already filmed it already, so it's
Right,
coming.
and it's about that time too. Summer's winding down. We're now getting to get into cuffing/cutting season. So that record makes
And
sense.
I re-listened to Invasion of Privacy after I heard Peasant. And Peasant, and it was.
I did too. I needed a cleanse. it was too much. Like,
It was just like, this was perfection. This album, it sounded like Illmatic compared to that bullshit. It was just like,
I listened to Invasion of
very
Privacy
strong.
and
It's very strong.
my Eminem playlist. I was like, I need a soul cleanse.
You know
I
what's-
cannot.
I have a nice
know what's
Eminem
wild about
playlist I'll
that,
send
too?
you.
You know what's really wild about that?
What?
So we trashed YG's album last week, but on Invasion of Privacy, he sounded top notch. Everybody was saying she can't make a bona fide hit, but what's blazing on all the radio stations right
Fifi.
now? No, Cardi.
Oh, Cardi, yeah.
The I Like It.
I like it.
I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That you can't get rid of that record. Now she has a bona fide song for the women that's getting ready to be dropped, and I expect that to run its
Dude,
course
if
the
that
end of the year.
happens again, if she gets like another top 5,
That's a powerful song. Like we praised that song when it dropped.
Oh yeah, I know.
So no,
She didn't
that,
even release that Chance record.
Right.
Living My Best Life.
right. Living my best life.
Not that
Can we
one.
please get some more champagne? That's my shit.
Yeah.
I
So
actually like that song.
so we posted a poll before, and I just wanted to see is the results up.
Yeah, posted one. Once and for all, Nicki's. Well, we had to label it under the hashtag Queen.
I had
but,
to make sure.
But you know, Queen or Nicki's peasants or Cardi's Invasion of Privacy, and 59% said Invasion of Privacy.
Holy shit! I played a Vincent Price laugh. Oh shit! I didn't expect that because at first Queen was in the lead. Man, not even your fans came through. I hashtagged it and everything because I wanted to get the Barb's attention, and y'all didn't even pay that attention. Y'all some peasants indeed. Shit.
Yep.
Ah, shit.
Oh man.
damn, I really wanted to diss that album. I wanted to go on a whole roast session on this.
Busby was actually very pissed off in the group chat. He was really pissed off that he actually liked a few records on here, so he couldn't trash the shit.
Like, I can't completely trash it. It's just like...
I mean, how much can you talk about lightly seasoned chicken breast? Like, you just can't. Like, okay, there's a little kosher salt on it. Moving on. Like,
that's sad.
Yeah.
On both ends, on my end and her end. Like, you didn't come through. You kind of, but you half-assed it.
Yeah.
Like a chick that just... I don't want to say that. That's mean. Anyway, on some good news, I guess.
An authentic queen.
An authentic queen. The real queen of pop. Mm-hmm. Beyonce. She needs more than applause. She needs just like, oh.
Well, I ain't got that.
I know.
The Vogue cover story came out.
Yes.
Did you guys get a chance to read it?
I read some when she was talking to her in her own words and shit. Yeah, I read some of that. Yeah. She kept it real.
Yeah, basically she was just talking about the pregnancy and her body appearance, and
it was very, very powerful. And as a woman, I'm so glad she brought visibility to not only body image but pregnancy issues and complications, because pretty much all of my friends have kids. And don't get me wrong, I think motherhood and childbirth and all that, it's a beautiful thing. Women were powerful creatures, but like, that shit is scary. And it's so crazy what our body can do. And so I thought it was dope that she went in and was honest about it.
Yeah, she kept it real. She really kept it real on it. So I feel an album's coming now.
Yeah,
I'm seeing how she's maneuvering right now. Have you seen the clips of her out during the tour? Mm-hmm. Of how she's
out there just kicking shit,
I know. Like,
kicking lights. Jay looked around like,
and then like when she's hella dancing, she's like off the Henny and shit. Like, damn, did you just sip some Henny and smoke a blunt before you came on stage? Because she looked lit.
Somebody tweeted out, you could tell that Jay and Blue, whenever she does some shit in the house, they just look at each other like...
Definitely.
Like Jay, like, your mama on that shit again. Go outside.
Yeah, mommy's on some stuff. Just come inside.
Yeah, and it was basically just her appreciating where she's at with her body. Like, she brought up, the quote-unquote, the fupa.
Yeah.
She was like, I'm not ready to get rid of it. And I think that's very important where...
That baby fat.
Yeah, where just women, they're under this scrutinized pressure. It's like, okay, the baby's gone, so now you got to drop it. Versus going through the process of like, can I just get a moment to breathe? Like, I just dropped the kid.
That's why some people...
Can I unwind?
That's why some people were thinking that she was pregnant again, but no, it was her baby fat.
Yeah, no.
I mean, hey, that's that thickness.
Which I thought was so offensive. I was like, dude, she just had...
I thought she looked pregnant. She did look kind of pregnant. She even rubbed it, too. So she was kind of hinting at it.
So do I. I rub my belly.
She said Jay wasn't complaining.
Hell no. Ho!
And then she also talked about just going through life's up and downs. I mean, of course, going back to
Coachella, she talked about that.
That, and then, of course, overall what happened with her and Jay's marriage, which resulted in all the albums that...
Yeah, she just hinted that she didn't really go in depth.
Right, but she didn't highlight it. But what I liked about it was, again, you look at celebrities like Beyonce, where you believe they're unattainable, like they're not human. This interview really humanized her.
Yeah, right.
And that's not to say that I don't see her as a human. It's just that when you realize she goes through the same shit that everybody else goes through, that are working 9 to 5s or are stay-at-home moms, like there's no difference.
Yeah, I like how she did this. It's very Michael-ish, because this is the same shit Michael would do.
Oh, for sure.
He would do these little tidbit interviews where he'll kind of let you peek inside his personal life and then get the fuck out.
Yeah.
As it should be.
So,
hey, but can I get some water real quick? No. Yeah. And then, of course, she ended off with talking about paving the way for others, which I thought was real important, because she highlighted that when she was fresh on the scene, a lot of people were telling her that she couldn't do certain things because of either the color of her skin or the fact that she was a woman in general.
Yeah.
So the fact now that she has a platform where none of that matters anymore.
She's the bar.
Exactly. She wants to make sure that doesn't come for the next generation of artists that follow her. So overall, great. I enjoyed it.
Awesome. We went from talking about a peasant to a real queen.
Yeah. They don't talk about it. They be about it.
They be about it. They don't talk. They don't announce when the album's coming. They just drop it. They don't have to go on no radio station.
Exactly.
They don't have to invite.
Station or...
Hey, why did
Have
Kelly?
a tantrum.
Right.
Why did Kelly roll it?
They don't handle problems. Their
made me
sister handles it.
Elevator gate. That's what I call it.
In an elevator?
Yeah.
Yeah, Kelly Rowland was at that shit too, at the Queen radio. I was like, why are you there,
Lauren
Kelly?
London was there. And
I was like, Kelly, why are you there? No, baby.
I feel
what are
like
you
Kelly was
doing?
probably just like in the area. She was probably like going in and out or something. It was like, let me stop
in
by.
New York.
she was there feeding Nicki info. Or feeding Beyonce info. Like
girl,
look what this bitch is doing.
Bitches.
Right? I bet that group chat was crazy.
Bitch is crazy. Speaking of crazy, this nigga, Kanye West.
That's your man's.
Well, before Kanye,
Yeah.
it was the 7th year anniversary of Watch the Throne. That made me happy. Then I got sad because this is now our reality. So he went on Jimmy Kimmel, and why they were talking about his the new issue of Bazir he's on with his kids. You know when his kids on. Yeah,
They did a whole issue where it was fathers and
I
their
haven't
kids,
seen
or just
this
parents in
whole
general, right?
what'd you say?
Is it Bizarre or Bazir?
I don't know.
Okay, great.
I just said some shit.
Cool, we can both be wrong. That's fine. I was like,
We don't read that.
I don't read that shit.
But yeah, he was on the cover, and he was just talking to Jimmy Kimmel, and he was talking about how he enjoys trolling people, and
Of course.
he admits that he is bipolar and he has his
knew
ups
that.
and downs. I mean, but he's really just admitting it. And he asked him about if he's suicidal or not, and he was going like, "Yeah, I'll just say it. I'll say stuff like that, then it'll just go away." And I was like, nigga, you're crazy. Okay. And then when it comes to the whole ass nigga in office, he was saying that we should spread love instead of hate. Jimmy Kimmel says, fuck that. And then he finally just says, he pretty much told him this. I had to copy the whole quote. He said, "You famously said George Bush doesn't care about black people. It makes me wonder what makes you think Donald Trump does or does like any people at all." And Kanye was very silent. No, he just
commercial.
He had to think about
that
it.
was his. That was his thing. He was like, "We had to cut to commercial, and I paused because it was a very thought-provoking question. I wanted to think about it." Oh, all of a sudden, you want to think before you open your damn mouth.
But he does do that though in his
Yeah.
interviews. He does kind of take pauses and thinks when someone asks him a question that has some meaning to it. He has to choose his words wisely.
It just so happens that those are the ones that turn into the best gifs. Mm-hmm. When he's just sitting there with his hand above his hand, just like,
How can I cartwheel out of this? And Jimmy Kimmel says, "Hey, okay, let's go to commercial." And what disappointed me is when they came back, he didn't revisit that topic, and I was just like, ugh. And then he goes on Twitter like 2 days later and says, "Oh, I was just really thinking about it," and then he was like, "You still didn't answer the question."
G-Eazy called it. Yeah,
Everyone was just like, "Well, what did G-Eazy say?"
G-Eazy on Twitter, because when Kanye tweeted that, like, oh, blah, 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 and G-Eazy retweeted it and was like, "Okay, well, you can answer the question now. The floor is yours."
Yep. And he still didn't say it. And I guess they come back and they start talking about porn, and Jimmy Kimmel asked him, like, now that you have daughters, will you still, like, go on porn sites or whatever? He's, "Oh, yeah, of course, that didn't change." Then he releases a new track yesterday. Oh, my God. It's called...
Wait, hold up. Are we just going to skip the fact that Pornhub actually gave him a freaking premium subscription?
For life.
For life.
Why do all these people that can afford it get free shit? It bothers me so much. Like, Cardi
America.
Because it's advertising.
It's America.
Cardi has the free chips and guacamole,
Hey.
which she doesn't appreciate, by the way, because she went and didn't get them last time. Whatever.
Beyonce got a lifetime, like, she's like she gets free Popeyes for life.
I wouldn't doubt it.
I wouldn't doubt it either.
Yeah, it's like I saw that before.
Before we move further, did you see Sango's tweet
What does Sango say?
when he was basically?
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, I retweeted
He's
that
talking shit about Kanye, talking about he should be embarrassed, and then somebody was like, "The fuck, you should he be embarrassed for?" And he goes, "Because you shouldn't be watching porn. I have a daughter and I have a wife, and when I think about the times I was watching porn, it makes me sick."
Oh, Jehovah Witness ass nigga,
Yeah.
shut
And I
up.
went back and saw that shit, and I was like, tweeted out, I was like, "Yeah, I might have to drop this nigga's ranking in my top 50.
That's
I
Go
think
all the
that's
fucking way
so
down for that
stupid.
bullshit."
So stupid for him to even have that comparison. Like, oh, I have a daughter and a wife now. First of all, your daughter and you watching porn have nothing to do because any normal person doesn't sexualize their children. Second of all, just because you have a wife does not mean that you still don't have desires and preferences. Like, when I become a wife and my husband wants to watch porn, by all means, like,
It's
I'm
practice.
either gonna watch it with you or I'm going shopping. Like, I don't care. Do
It's
what you gotta
practice.
do.
It's practice.
Like, I am not tripping.
tape. It's tape. He's taking notes. Like
Exactly what I told her this morning.
I mean, it's just like
I'm cool.
whatever.
Like, hey, when it comes time to it, and I got I got some downtime. She goes grocery shopping.
Right.
Guess what I'm gonna do?
Jergens.
Well, that Michael Jackson.
Okay.
Oh god.
Balance.
See, but
Last week was crazy. Shit.
hey man. But Ye released a new track with Clark Kent randomly
Oh God.
called Ecstasy.
Is that the one where he's talking about how he likes his sisters-in-law?
Oh,
yeah.
Perfect.
I heard like a minute of it.
Explain this, please. I missed this.
There's nothing to explain. It's really bad. It's at that moment, it's one of those songs I just listen to, and it's one of those songs I just rather forget
Does
about.
he call the little KKK clan out by name, like Kimmy, Chloe, whatever the fuck their names are?
No, he goes like he got 4 stepsisters that you would fuck. Yeah, I got them too. He says that type of shit.
He said I got 4 of them.
I got 4 of them. Yeah. I'm at this realization about Kanye now that he has slowly lost his mind. When I say lost his mind, like when he gets older, his mind is gonna slowly digress until he ends up in a mental
You
hospital.
can turn to mush.
Like it's like on some Benjamin Button shit.
Yeah.
It's gonna be really sad to see. And I know this is sad because now I'm kind of just realized the Kanye that I guess knew, that shit's gone. Like.
And that's the thing. If he
Gone.
real life has, mental health issues, like I take mental health very seriously, and
he does.
And he has what makes me angry is because he has the money and the resources to get help. When I have people in my life that have mental health issues and they flat out can't. They can't do the $30 copay or go to therapy because of work or what have you. So if you have these things going on, go get some help.
He doesn't want help. I think that's the sad thing. I don't
And
think he
that's
wants
sad
it.
too.
He feels he feels he's like a godlike figure. He feels he has all the answers to
So
life.
what he's doing is he's romanticizing his illness. That's
Exactly.
what he's doing.
Yes. Yeah, that's a good way to say it. Yeah, he's romanticizing it. He's talking about, and he's just, like the way he even says, I don't take advice from people that are smarter than me. I don't take advice no
Dummy.
more. He says that. I don't take advice from people that are smarter or shit like that. He really feels he is the smartest nigga in the room. Nah, if I
My
feel
mother always told me, if you are the smartest person in the room, you are hanging out with the wrong people.
Yeah, my mom said the same shit.
Like,
Kanye's kind of always been that way, but now it's kind of just like this is even worse. I don't know what Kim sees. I don't know what all these people around him
I think she
see.
sees dollar signs. She's just
Yeah.
like, she's fine.
That's what she sees.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like now I'm just seeing, especially how he talks. He don't even talk about music no more. He don't talk about none of that shit. And like now I know what Joe Budden was saying when he's just tired of him. It's just like on his next album, whenever he releases, it's gonna probably be even more trash.
He's gonna need to start going into other like ventures.
That's what he's been doing.
Maybe he should. Has he tapped into electronics? Maybe he should do some headphones.
Don't give him ideas. Don't give Ye ideas.
Or maybe he should do like comforters, linen, bedroom things.
Don't give him
know.
ideas. He might listen to this.
Maybe he really should just stop and go tell Kim stop doing weird ass fucking photo shoots.
Like think about it though, an easy comforter.
The
I would buy
meme?
easy comforter.
The shit where she became the meme, where she looked like a damn
that was
Toy
awful.
Story.
Yeah, right.
One of Andy's toys.
I don't know what she was trying to do with that, man. See, I try to defend Kim. Not defend, but I'm not so quick to just roast her. But this one, there's times I'll be like, you on your own. And these are one of them. She's been on a whole streak lately with
I
you on your own.
try to like keep it human and all that stuff, but I cannot stand her. And the nail in the coffin for me was when she flat out said,
You're the least
interesting to Courtney.
Look at.
Cameras, no cameras. I wish my brother would say something that disrespectful to me in front of my mother, because before I could get to him, she would. You don't talk to your family like that. On national television, girl, I will pull out your weave.
Give me a hell yeah!
Yeah, I remember seeing that shit when it went out, and I'm like, that's mean. And then she doubled down on it online and shit like that, and tried to become whatever. That's
That whole family is lost, but I digress.
Anyway, Eric Benet.
Yeah. This actually was.
Is this why Jay-Z said don't ever go Eric Benet? Because he's losing his shit right now.
No, what he said, so there's parts of it that I agree with. But, well, let's go into it. So he was on First, he went to his Instagram, and then he actually went on Van Lathan's The Red Pill podcast to further discuss it. Basically, he had comments on R&B and hip-hop both being whitewashed, and then rappers being, quote, faces of white supremacy, end quote. And so when he went to Instagram, his comment for the picture was inconvenient truth to some of the rich and the famous. And it's a picture where it says rap artist, and it says, if all you rap about is killing black people, degrading black women, abusing drugs, materialization, living a low life, you are not an artist, which that ain't grammatically correct because it should have said an artist, but
just go with it.
Yeah. You are
Roll with it, baby, roll with it.
You are a black face for white supremacy.
You are a black face.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's
You are being used to help destroy your own people. Now, on one hand, I agree with him because we do have a grip of artists that get a lot of highlights from these hype beasts who, again, we really just got to be better gatekeepers for even the hype beasts.
Right.
Like, don't dictate and tell me what's popping when you live by 17 different Starbucks. Like, you don't know what's popping. You don't.
Especially when you see a review for like a Lil Pump or one of these other like raggedy goon ass niggas, and then you see the author and it's like a hipster white boy.
Right.
That's like the most mind blowing shit in the world. Like, you went to college for this shit and you writing about Lil Doo-doo? Like, the fuck?
Yeah. They got another little nigga I just found out his damn name is Lil Clorox.
The only Lil I respect is Lil Bow Wow. Next case.
Yeah. And so, on one hand, I agree, because if you got those cats and they saying I'm popping 30 Xans and all that, and they influencing, I don't ride with that. But on the flip side, the reality of the situation is there are artists that grow up in that environment, and that's what they're going to talk about because that's their environment.
That's all they know.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it doesn't make them, quote unquote, blackface for white supremacy. It just means we got to clean shit up around them.
Right.
So that ways that's always gone back to, August 11th, 1973. Since then, it's, well, don't talk about it. And it's like, well, why are you mad at me for talking about it, but you're not mad at me for living it?
You feel me?
You know what I'm saying? Like, that I never understood that. So that's why it's kind of one of those.
What did you find? You found this on Instagram just randomly, or you just saw
it was a big
Twitter?
topic.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was both on Twitter and Facebook. That's actually how I found it.
Oh, okay.
Now, Fat Joe, he went and responded.
Ooh.
And so he
Fat
says,
Joe.
so he says, quote, that's his opinion. I just view music as entertainment. We have different rappers for different messages. It's all entertainment. If you're going to go and live your life behind a rap song, then you're the fool. It's just entertainment, We make gangster rap, people work out to it. People in the Army, the Navy, they be fighting wars. They be getting hyped off of our shit. I don't know what he's talking about, but it's a shame because I do love Eric Benet. End quote.
Does Eric Benet still make music?
I think he does.
Should he?
Damn. Okay.
And so, now when he was on Van Lathan's podcast, he did bring up another good point, though, which was, quote, why is it, quote unquote, genius when they do it? And he's referring to white R&B artists. If you listen to Kenny Lattimore's latest record, it's like, oh, that's dope. But if it was a white cat that came out with that record, he'd be at the Grammys.
That's bullshit. Look at Jameson. He comes out with R&B shit like great R&B shit all the damn time, and he never gets nominated.
You're right on that, Accord. But again, that goes back to what was the initial argument against Bruno Mars. If you remember that.
Yeah.
It had nothing to do with Bruno himself. And again, if people were arguing against Bruno himself, it's a stupid argument.
Yeah.
But I got what it was, which was why when Teddy Riley, when he was doing this at its prime,
Right.
it was only just urban. It was only those radio stations. But Bruno Mars, now he's winning 6 and 7 Grammys for it almost 20 years later after
Different era.
the genre was created.
Different era.
It's a different time.
Right, and I agree with that.
Yeah.
But it also, that's enough to, let's spark a conversation. Why are there people who are our age who are just like, oh, that Bruno Mars album is dope. I never heard music like this before. It's like, wait a minute.
Okay, see, that's ridiculous.
That's the shit.
Right.
Yeah,
So
okay.
that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, okay.
And then he also pointed out, which he was right again when he was talking about Elvis in comparison with his peers at the time. Elvis got all the limelight, but Chuck Berry was the one that
Introduced rock and roll.
exactly.
And Michael fucked his daughter.
Yeah.
Had nothing to do with nothing.
Not at all.
I just wanted to add that.
But yeah, no, I found that whole conversation to be. It was something that was important to have, especially with the week it came into. You know, with it being the 45th anniversary birthday of hip hop. Yeah. I felt it was something to have a discussion about.
Facebook is like a whole different world, man.
It is. That motherfucker's been late on everything.
It's crazy.
I'm glad I follow the right people. I just repost videos and other little random stuff. And when I make a statement on my Facebook, it gets hella fucking likes. I don't talk like that.
Right.
But it's just like I just look and see how everyone's looking, if they got married and shit. Yeah, that was about it.
I mean, the funny thing about Facebook, so yesterday was mine and Larissa's half anniversary.
Oh, congratulations.
Yay.
So we've been together for 6 months now. And then she found this video of these skits with this couple, and it was pretty much the stuff you learn about your partner while you're dating.
Oh yeah, I've
The
seen
weird shit they do that drives
And
you absolutely crazy.
I'm pretty sure we're owed some compensation because the cameras were watching us. I'm watching this shit and I'm like, how the fuck they know that I do that? And then she would the girlfriend in the video would do something and I'm looking at her like, that's you. To a T.
Yeah.
No questions asked.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's basically like the only reason why I would go on Facebook is to catch stuff like that. My mom would be showing me shit all the time. Like, did you see this? And I'm like, yeah, last month.
2 years ago. And there's couples. It was your anniversary. I went to a wedding for one of my homegirls. Shout out to Marika and her boy Isaiah. I went to their wedding. I was looking like I was going to the Oscars.
It's like stunting on Instagram.
I had to
There you
stunt
go,
on them.
there you
I got to stunt.
see 'em?
Man.
Yeah.
I had to stunt.
The little
Nice.
towel.
all in the
yourself
bathroom
down.
mirror, wiping.
Yeah.
I had to wipe I was sweating though, but I was like, "Yo, this looks nice." And I got hella likes, even from people I don't even think likes my shit. I was like, "Hey, you looking good?" And I was like, "I haven't heard from you in years." I was like, "Hey, big head." Like, okay, that's what happens when you clean up nice. And I'm looking raggedy again.
It was like me. Calvin got a new job. Buzz be trying to stunt.
Hey, it doesn't work like that. Calvin got a job. Buzzy trying to stunt. Yep. Yeah, you saw that stuff. I saw another report that came out last week, which was quite interesting to me.
Yeah, it was.
A report came out that said that musicians, and when it came to the whole industry, the music industry, it made $43 billion. Mm-hmm. You know how much the musicians, like the artists and musicians, made out of that? Only 12%.
Oh, yeah.
And that only came from touring. Mm-hmm. So I was just like,
I saw that too. I thought that was crazy.
I was like, whoa. So I was like, last year the consumers generated over like $20 billion in numbers.
Right.
And the bulk of it only goes to the labels and publishing and all that shit, with $5.1 billion going just to the artists and shit.
Right.
All the artists all around the industry. And I was like, whoa. So then I really thought about it. I was like, no wonder why Hov and B are touring like they're touring right now. That's why they weren't really tripping about how they dropped the album.
No, and that was the thing that I have actually been learning with this music production course. Mm-hmm. I got 3 weeks left and then I'm done. But I've had about 4 or 5 courses that were just... Thank you. I wasn't trying to ignore you. I was going to get to it.
Disregarding everything you said.
I wasn't trying to ignore you. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Fuck you too.
But I had 4 or 5 courses that were dedicated to the business, and that's why owning your masters and your publishing is so important. Because if you don't have that, you basically don't own your soul when it comes to the entertainment industry. And these numbers are also reflective on the streams themselves. So that's why when people brag about, they got 1 billion streams, they're doing this, and it's like, yeah, but they're really not the ones really getting the money for that outside the advances.
Lupe even went on Instagram and said Spotify ain't your friend, bro.
No, it's not. You'd be surprised at how much an artist makes per song.
How much, if you give an example?
Like fractions of a
It's
penny.
a fraction of a penny per song.
Remember, Left Eye broke that down years ago.
Yeah, but now it's even worse.
I think with the addition of Apple Music and Tidal, and
Tidal.
You're right. You gotta get that title. And then of course with them introducing YouTube Music, I think they had to up the price for them to, I think,
half a penny,
a little bit more. I think it's
0.75.
It's I think 0.65 or something.
I suck at math, but even I'm looking at the numbers and it's arithmetic. I'm like, they ain't getting shit.
No, it's pretty much a damn.
Hey, Left Eye warned him.
Yeah, it's like an algorithm. Mm-hmm. Like you have to find a way. Like artists really aren't getting paid off of the music unless you're one of the
Top
familiar on Billboard
people,
and your name is always out there. If you're an artist coming up, that's why touring is so important. Mm-hmm. That's why you see cats, they go on like 3 separate tours in a year.
That's why Jay-Z,
because that's all the money they recoup.
That's why Jay-Z and Beyonce are touring like how they're touring right now. Because they didn't really care about how they dropped the album.
Right.
Like Jay-Z just got to deal with fucking Live Nation, and Beyonce just needs something to do. So
she's sick of looking at them damn kids.
yeah, so whatever. So that's why they're touring. That's why they weren't tripping about how the album sold and shit. Because they, like Beyonce even said, if I gave a fuck about streaming numbers, I would have put Lemonade on Spotify.
Exactly.
I mean, look how they released Everything Is Love. It's like they released it.
It was all willy-nilly. They were just like, here you go.
On Tidal first. And okay, y'all niggas get it later.
But they were still assholes. They knew which weekend to do it.
Yeah.
They did it on Nas's weekend.
But the whole point of how they did it, you know what I mean? It was just, if they really wanted to do it, they could have broke records.
For sure.
They really could have did it. But they didn't want to. I really want them to do it just one time. Just to shut people up. I know, but to me.
Just to shit on the industry.
Yeah, just to say, I can do this if I want to.
But see, that's the thing. When you're the bar...
Why do that?
Exactly.
Yeah. No, just for me.
Because you're making... At that point, you're making moves that we're criticizing Nicki for.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get you.
If you're the bar, why are you...
But I'm tired of people saying... I'm tired of people saying, like, oh, that Jay-Z and Beyonce came and went... It didn't sell that well. They always like talking sales, not
niggas
the
are
music.
idiots, so...
I know that, but I get tired of seeing this shit. Sometimes I want niggas to shut them up just to be like, I can do this if I want to. Now I'm going to go do what I was usually doing, you whole
Those are the
asses.
same ones whose kids are going to look at them fucking weird when they were like, yeah, this song used to be the shit, and it's out talking about a minute and a half of fucking Xannies. Kids going to grow up looking at them like, what the fuck was you listening to?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, so T-Pain was on the pull-up. We didn't talk about that last week.
Yeah, I finally was able to watch it.
I watched the Michael Rappaport one.
I saw that one too.
Man, the one with Joe Budden and Michael, they need to do a bi-weekly podcast. They had so much chemistry. Not like every other week, but just, you know.
Well, it's 2 East Coast niggas. Like,
yeah, it was funny. The T-Pain one, I only got halfway, and then I just didn't go back to it because the niggas were just talking. Just randomly rambling on. It was like all conversations.
Yeah, it was cool though because once you got past the halfway point.
Oh, that's when shit got interesting?
Yeah, he actually started... No, really, that's really...
Shit, I turned it off too early.
You actually turned it off too early. He actually started going in detail with RCA and what happened with that.
Oh.
And he actually went into detail about what happened with I'm Sprung. He said initially when he was signed to Akon, he wasn't signed as an artist. He was signed as a writer. So when he came to Akon with I'm in Love with a Stripper, Akon was like, we ain't doing fucking music like that. Because remember, Akon was doing Locked Up.
I think I saw that. I did see that part. I know what you're talking about.
So he was saying that. So then T-Pain was like, well, I'm going to go to Florida and I'm going to go to the strip clubs. I'm going to see how it pops off there. Mm-hmm. So when he went back home and it started popping, when Akon saw what was happening, that's when he signed him as an artist, and that's when they gave him the budget to go into the album.
The rest is history.
Yeah. So they talked about that. Then he went and talked about the situation with RCA and how pretty much there was an overhaul of the people he was used to dealing with. Mm-hmm. Because remember, actually it wasn't even RCA because he was Jive at the time, but then he transferred over to RCA.
Jive's still around?
I think they merged with Jay altogether.
I'm not too sure.
I know Jive's not around by
the
itself.
Actual emblem.
I know Jive merged with another record label, and I think it was J Records.
Okay. It might have been.
But either way, he was talking about the situation with RCA, and he used himself and Chris Brown as the examples. And he was saying, you know, back then, anything we were doing, we could get. And he goes, shit, we couldn't even. He goes, when we did, what was the song with him and Chris on exclusive?
Chopped is good. I know what you're talking.
Kiss.
Kiss. Yeah.
Oh, I was thinking of the other song.
No, Kiss. Mm-hmm. He said when we were doing that record, they were throwing money out for us to go drive around Lambos and shit. And he goes, this is when fucking Chris didn't even have a license yet. And he wasn't even able to drink, so we couldn't even get anything that we were doing. And he goes, now it got to a point where I tried to get, and he went back and he was talking about Joe. Mm-hmm. He was like, the record that you and I did was supposed to be on my last album. But the labels were like, nah, we don't want Joe on there because he ain't really popping like that.
Well, yeah.
And so then he's looking and he's like, the fuck cares if he's popping like that? It's my fucking album. I want it on. And so he had a dispute with them. And then he was talking about with Chris, how Chris can't get certain things anymore.
Well, yeah, because they low-key blackballed them pretty much.
And they don't have vested interests in them anymore. And he goes, now, if they're doing that for us, how do you think the average brand new artist or the artist that's popping, what chance do they have?
This is a cold game, man. Hip-hop is 45 years old, but the industry is still shady.
Right. Oh, yeah, for sure. He also brought up something I felt was interesting, and it was actually important, because even though the RIAA? Even though they changed the new streaming platform, I never really understood what it was until he broke it down.
And I think what's his name broke it down too. Nipsey Hussle kind of broke it down.
I wouldn't put it past him.
Yeah.
But he was saying that 10 streams of one song now counts towards a sale.
What the fuck? That's a cheat code.
And he was that's why a lot of these albums they're dropping, they're going gold.
Man, that's
because
some
the
bullshit.
single's been out for a year now.
That's why Drake can do that shit. Man, that's...
And if I'm wrong and it's not 10 streams of a song, it's around the unit.
Man,
it's no longer 1,500 streams counts as one.
I mean, it makes sense, man, but that's probably why all these albums sound so half-assed. Man,
right. But T-Pain, gone. And T-Pain was saying, why the hell is it that way? It should be, you got to run through that whole album, top to bottom 10 times for that to count as one sale.
So that's why Drake's album was all over the fucking whole track. Man.
Right. When you
That's
play
why
it,
he don't give a fuck about dropping a classic body of work. Why should I do that when I can put all this shit on the fucking charts and get my money? Man, you know who that sounds? That sounds like Jamie Foxx from Dreamgirls. Music was made to sell. Oh, you saw Dreamgirls?
Yes, I did. Actually, I think I own Dreamgirls.
I have it too, but you haven't seen a whole lot of movies. I'm just trying to.
Yeah, no, it's very slim.
Okay,
I've seen a movie.
yeah, it's about to be it's going to be 10-year anniversary of that shit. Yeah, damn, that makes me mad, man. So y'all better like support your favorite artists, man. Because, man, the art form is low key dead.
I support all my favorite artists. I mean,
Same here.
I said a while back, I'm getting into going back collecting CDs, vinyl, and cassettes.
Right.
I bought Daytona. I bought a Victory Lap.
Like the actual physicals.
I bought the tapes.
Oh wow!
Because the tapes came with the digital download.
Okay.
Oh, that's tight.
Yeah.
Do you have a cassette player?
Well, eventually, when over time they actually now have on Amazon, they actually have these old-fashioned looking players that are the old traditional vinyl, cassette, and CD.
I got one of those,
but they're Bluetooth.
That I don't got.
Right.
Missing that one.
Right.
Well,
so I want to
score though.
Right. So I want to invest in that and use that.
I remember I was telling you should always buy physicals, and you were just like, "No, I'm just gonna download it on iTunes and shit." Now look at you buying physicals.
Well, no, because now I'm looking at it. I'm looking at it more as a hobby, not necessarily to actually listen to them, but collector's item.
Yeah,
I know.
Right.
I can see myself having like a roll of tapes, like on a bookshelf or something like that.
I tried to do that with vinyl records, but I think I bought like a Sade one, and then I never bought anything else.
Well, I mean, you got a good one,
right? Because I wanted to, use them as decoration, like on the border of my bedroom.
Yeah.
There's just something about vinyl when it first starts and those little crisps and the crackles and stuff. Like.
With me, I'm just like I'm into CDs and shit because those are literally going extinct now. They're like an endangered species now.
Best Buy don't even sell CDs anymore.
Now, you better go to Target. If that, they barely have anything at Target now.
Seriously,
except for like,
God bless Rasputin, man.
We gotta keep them in business.
Rest in peace, Warehouse, Tower Records.
Right,
Sam Goody,
FYE.
Yeah, she's the good old days. Tower Records.
Well, someone who really did great. Travis Scott.
Yeah, he ain't giving a fuck about none of what we were just talking about the last segment. He's living.
But the video was okay. The video for "Stop Trying to Be God" was weird. You love this shit. When you hit me up,
it was symbolic. I've watched that video like 10 times now.
Jeez, I only watched it once.
I didn't stay with you this week.
When did you do this?
The video came out on what, Monday?
Something like that, and you were hitting me up like, nigga, video of the year shit, bro. I've watched this shit 3 times already. Oh, shit.
I did not text him that.
In my story, you did.
That's how he received it.
I sent him the link, and I said, yo, did you check this out yet? No, I was like, hey, Dave Myers is a part of it.
Oh, yeah, Dave, I know.
I watched it 3 times.
Shit.
Dave Myers is on a comeback, man. Kendrick brought that dude back from the dead. He was,
that's tight.
It's very symbolic.
Yeah, I'll let y'all watch it. Y'all need to watch it. It was very artistic. I'll give you that.
For sure.
But it was only... wasn't Kylie in that?
Yeah.
Wasn't she on fire or something?
No, he was on fire.
And she was like a goddess or some shit like that, and she was holding a goat. Yeah, and the goat was talking.
Dude, that's not weird.
Huh? Yeah.
Symbolism.
I know it's symbolic, and he was right, and
because especially the point where, again, it leads. Really, the video is like a come up from him just being a regular Joe Schmo, and then it gets to the point where he turns around and he raises his hand, and all of a sudden this legion of people behind him, they raise their hands. So that's showing his influence now that he has over a plethora of people. And then he did it with the baptism scene. I don't know. Have you seen the video yet?
I haven't seen the
video. He does the baptism scene where he baptizes people in the water, and they come up. When they come up, they have their hair twisted just like him, and they're turned up.
Yeah, you know, that's God looking down like, oh, you think you cute.
Right. And then James Blake was actually a part of the video, too.
Yeah.
It was cold.
I'm surprised Stevie wasn't in it, but he probably didn't get the note. He probably didn't see the notice, if you know what I mean.
It was definitely something that I wasn't expecting from Travis.
Okay, y'all don't get it.
I didn't hear what you said.
I was like, I was surprised Stevie Wonder didn't make an appearance. He probably didn't see the notice. Trying to make sure y'all laugh. Damn it!
Nobody listening to you, bud.
You gotta give us the twice over sometimes.
Yeah.
But yeah, so and then following that, so of course he was projected to do.
At first
it was like 400,000.
No. At first, I was just like, he's probably just gonna do like what he usually does, probably 200, 300 at most. Because back then, when he did Rodeo came out, it was like 85K. Mm-hmm. Birds of the Trap was 88K. Mm-hmm. I was just like, he's probably gonna do probably a little bit like 100, 200 because it was really highly anticipated.
Right. And then But then the weekend got through and. All of a sudden, it says no. He's projected to do 400 to 450 with 170 to 190 pure sales. So when I read that, I'm like, I actually went to Twitter and I said, I think we've actually reached the point where we need to have the discussion. Is Travis in the top 5 right now?
It's time to have a dialogue.
Yeah, I used the Charles Barkley picture. We are going to have a dialogue.
Kenny, Shaq, let me tell you something.
And then a few days later, the numbers go up again. He goes, nah, he ain't supposed to do 400 to 450. It's supposed to be 450 to 500.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh. But then the final numbers come out, and it was like
553,000
with 270 of them pre-sale.
And they said the reason how that happened,
pure sales, like they actually went and either bought the digital or they went and bought the physical.
And they said how he did that. He pulled the Prince method. It was a package deal with tickets for the tour and shit. So they bought the album and then bought all the other stuff. So he pulled the Prince. Dude. He pulled the Prince method, and the fans came out in flocks and got that shit. I was like, holy shit.
For those who aren't mathematicians,
I hate math.
Because we're not mathematicians. I had to use my calculator, and I ran the numbers. From this album, from Rodeo and Birds in the Trap, that's a 600% increase in first week numbers.
That's crazy.
Right.
This album was highly anticipated because when I was reading back on it, Sycamore was saying he intended to release Astro World right after Rodeo.
Yeah.
That was his plan from jump. And Birds in the Trap was more of a mixtape,
right?
I guess,
and then going back and re-listening to it, it was kind of like, okay, yeah, it does sound more mixtape-ish compared to Rodeo.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, I was like, okay, that makes sense. He was always intended for Astro World. He just got Birds in the Trap out his system.
Right.
He was in the creative flow, but he was like, this ain't Astro World, but this is dope. So I'm just going to release it anyways. I need shit to do.
Now, a lot of people forgot that he signed a Grand Hustle. So T.I. is probably looking at these numbers like, I am amazed that I signed you and it has paid off with much fervor and enjoyment.
I did my calculations and from my equalology, some shit, I don't know.
My bank account will be favored in the Most High with ties going deeply into the oceans this weekend.
You gonna meet T.I. someday, man. You gonna be like, say that shit again, partner.
I'm gonna tilt my hat to the side.
Be like Ray J. Like every shot.
He's actually selling beanies now.
Yeah, I've seen.
Ray J's very smart.
He really is.
He's very calculating. He's very smart. He really is. A lot of people just think of him as this idiot walking around. It's like, well, you got to remember, he started off as Brandy's brother back in the 90s.
Still is Brandy's brother.
He still is Brandy's brother, but he's Brandy's brother making money.
True.
There's a lot of motherfuckers that are just siblings that ain't doing shit.
Wasn't he like the hothead of the family?
Yeah.
Well, I don't think he's a hothead no more.
I don't know if Brandy's the hothead, but she's the crazy one now.
She's the killer.
I was about to say. Killer. Call drive-through killer. Anyway, so when it comes back to Travis Scott, that was a nice. I don't know why we went there. Got real dark.
Real quick.
It's a perfect segue. It got dark like Scorpion.
Hey. Anyway, so yeah, Travis Scott now has the second highest selling album of the first week next to Arbery.
Bravo.
And when it comes to Arbery, he broke records. Shut up, people. Don't clap. Don't clap. Stop clapping. Anyway, so yeah, Drake became the first artist to put up 50 billion streams. Yeah,
It's worth acknowledging.
Yeah, no,
yeah, 50
definitely.
billion.
That's hip hop for you.
I thought you weren't going to call him hip hop.
He's a part of the culture. He's a hip hop artist.
Okay, I'm trying to make sure.
Yeah, he's a
trying to
hip
make
hop
sure.
artist.
Keep that
But
same energy.
No, that also includes everything leading up beforehand. When I consider
So
him
before Adelon. Added on.
Yeah.
Added on, whatever.
Because you gotta remember, the 50 billion includes his entire career.
Yeah,
It just
yeah.
doesn't include what's
Yeah,
happening now. So,
I know, but it just leaves a stench, if you know what I mean. Ugh. So, yeah, even though it comes from 50 billion streams, this tour was supposed to start with Migos, and it's had a lot of delays. First, they pushed it back for no reason. They said production issues. Other people were saying it's because of Offset getting arrested and shit. And then they delayed it a second time because production issues again, and they had to cancel some shows and delay some shows, and also because they towed his fucking tour bus randomly.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, they was
totally
I didn't even
shit.
hear about that shit.
yeah, it was on TMZ. They towed it. I was like, okay. But the real rumor is the reason why they're postponing these shows is because them tickets ain't selling.
No.
Supposedly, allegedly.
That's the word on the street.
Because they said this because, Aubrey friends don't want to talk about that because they were talking shit about Pusha T canceling half his tour because of the ticket sales. Now they don't want to keep that same energy with their hero.
Yeah, Push just got married, and the way I look at it, he's probably looking around like, I am making a child. And he ain't got time to tour, and I don't blame him. This, on the other hand, the tour was supposed to start at the end of July.
Yeah.
The 26th, if I'm not mistaken. Mm-hmm. And then it got pushed back where the tour was supposed to start this past Friday, which would have been August the 10th. Mm-hmm. But they pushed it back to where it starts tonight, August the 12th, which is in Kansas City, if I remember correctly.
Like a random ass city.
Right. It's a random ass stop.
Yeah, so I mean he's gonna do just fine at the end of the day, but it's just like, that's interesting because I've heard
Billion streams.
Yeah, 50 billion streams, but no one could buy tickets to the damn shows.
Right.
I mean, no one wants to see the fucking Migos. Let's keep it funky. They suck live.
Yeah.
And after what Travis Scott just pulled, why the hell would you want to? He outsold Future and fucking Migos at the same damn time.
He outsold a lot of them.
He outsold a lot of these niggas.
He outsold everyone.
He outsold everyone except
Anybody not named Drake, he outsold him.
and Cardi and shit. But it's just like when it comes, it's just whatever. People don't go to the clubs like that, man. People that go to your shows, they don't go to clubs like that. Anyway, Shiggy.
Yeah, I mean, going off of Shiggy, of course, everybody was on his side, saying Drake needs to pay him.
So-
he needs to embrace and be thankful for what he did for
I don't even follow the name
for the
on
record.
Instagram like that.
And he did it. He was on in the video.
All over the video.
All in the video.
Yeah.
But you know how people do. They like to build you up.
And then they'll break
Just to turn you down.
Turn you down.
Yeah, Shiggy got caught up with some random chick in her DMs. And this motherfucker thought he had
Who
to...
is he?
He's a
I
social
thought
media
Shiggy was a
dude.
dance.
It's named after him.
is.
Oh, 2 and 2 make 4. Okay, keep going.
Yeah, he's like a social media dude. He was famous on Instagram and shit.
You remember that video of How I'm a Clown? How am I a clown? He had his face all painted.
I remember the picture.
That's Shiggy.
Okay.
Yeah, he got
I
famous
know who-
on Vine, and then when Vine went out,
Okay,
he migrated over to Instagram
Makes
and
sense,
shit.
okay.
So yeah,
Yeah, so he got caught in a random chick's DMs.
he really got the whole fucking speech up in here.
Yeah, because he went out and he apologized like he was Kobe.
Like she had the gun to his head.
Yeah, he went out and did a video and it was, I apologize to my girl for constantly having her look stupid with my cheating, my constantly hitting up females. Something that needs to stop with me. I want to be a role model. I was like, first of all, ain't nobody looking at Shiggy
time
as a role
out.
model.
No, she had the gun to his head.
Yeah.
And first, I keep thinking of Shaggy. Remember?
It's spelled the same.
No, because if it was Shaggy, he would have told her it wasn't me.
Yeah. Nah, that's the one.
But he says, I have to be a role model. I need to realize that certain things I do are wrong. I can't keep on saying I do things because I'm young and boys will be boys because there are males my age who do the right
He said
thing.
this whole shit in 1 minute?
I guess. There's guys who treat the women the right way, and I just want to be that guy for her. And of course, he's talking about his girlfriend, whose IG name is J-Bad. They didn't even release her full name.
It's J-Bad. I've seen it. She's
with a girl named J-Bad.
She's cute.
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah, she's cute. I see that picture.
Now, there's nothing cool about cheating. Nothing cool about having multiple women when you have one that's already out here giving you all that you need, wanting, supporting you. So basically, he's calling himself ugly, and he's saying that he shot above the board, and he don't want to lose her.
So she's out of his league, and he knows it.
This is where I started crying. I shouldn't use my fame and my horniness to get things from other girls.
Nigga, what?
I shouldn't use my fame and
I
my
heard it the
horniness.
first time.
Definitely not a good look. Sorry. End quote.
Was that the caption or was that in the video?
That was in the video. So I'm saying he had like a full flirt. Remind me of Kobe's press conference after the shit.
Was the girl in the? That was what I was gonna ask. Was the girl in the
No,
video?
it was in a dark
He was in a
area.
dark room. It looked like fucking Weeknd's My Dear Melancholy cover.
I feel like who cared that much? Were people really like, oh my gosh, Shiggy? Like, were people really giving a shit about this? Because
No, that's why we're all confused about it.
I mean, there's like a whole plethora of black Twitter that always goes in on the jokes, and I always scroll through it. But then when he posted that apology, even Adrian Broner, he was all going like, "Bitch, you's a bitch."
AB always be talking shit, though, man.
AB always talks shit until 50 or Mayweather say something about him, and he shut the fuck up.
Fuck up. Yeah, it was weird. These social media people, man, I can't. I hope I don't get to that point where, like, you know, like I literally let social media consume me on some Agent Smith shit, and you know, I just listen to what everyone gives a fuck about.
Yeah,
whatever. You know, just control your horniness, Shiggy, I guess.
Yeah. So while Shiggy trying to control his horniness, J. Cole letting it be known he hungry.
He hungry.
Yeah. Now, of course, that's my cousin, so I already knew what he had planned going on.
People, he's not his cousin.
Don't kill the joke.
I know, but I underestimate. I don't underestimate a stupid person.
Who cares?
Okay.
It ain't you they gonna hit up. It's me.
Yeah, underestimate a stupid person. Look who our fucking president is.
Yeah, so.
There ain't no yeah, so we still live here. Anyway, go on.
Yeah, he always got to kill the fun.
I know.
What's wrong with your fun? And you jump in and kill mine.
Shot.
Yeah, just damn killjoy.
That's my job.
That's why you don't touch the board. Get out of here.
For the culture. For the culture.
Yeah, so he released a tweet saying, "Feed me beats, everything getting murdered." Another point where it was like, interesting. And of course, JID responded saying, "I got money for a feature and I got beats. Sign me to Dreamville, man. I fuck with y'all." And then he jokingly said, "Send me the track. The fee is waived because you nice." And of course, for those who don't know,
JID signed the Dreamville.
Yeah. But then following that, he released the video for the Album of the Year freestyle, which ended up being him rapping over the Uchi Wally beat.
That shit was so hard.
I heard
that shit was so hard.
At that point, I was like,
it surprised me.
I was watching that shit. I was like, "Oh, this nigga hungry."
Yeah, right?
He wasn't just talking.
Yeah, he feels a type of way.
Right,
so.
and then now there's, well, I wouldn't say
true.
speculation because he said it in the record. He's going to be dropping the Off Season, which is going to be a mixtape before he releases the Fall Off, which of course is the album that he ended KOD with, when he had the intro.
The song,
intro.
Yeah.
It's confusing.
Right.
He said in the Angie interview, like, that's something he's been really working on, and he's working on it, and he probably might drop it next year. I don't know. I mean, J. Cole was spitting, and it's nice to hear him actually, you know, go back in his warm up, come up era, and just do the little freestyles and shit. Because when he on features, that's what he raps like, and then on album he kind of is just in mid mode, even though it's good, but it's just like, come on, just go deep down inside and just yeah. And he was saying he has Album of the Year, and I'm just like, nah, I like KOD, but no,
it's up there.
It's not album. It's not the number one. It's one of the best ones, but not the.
A lot of people will say it is.
Yeah, his fans.
I mean, I'm not the hugest J. Cole fan, bro, but I mean, I'm putting that one up there right now.
Like as the Album of the Year.
Yes,
like number one.
It's a contender.
number one.
It's a contender, but
that's what I'm saying. There's still some time, but it is a contender. So you can't take it away from him.
I'm not, but it's not.
Like a lot of people's lists aren't done yet.
Yeah, so. I know it's not done, but it's not there for me.
We'll see.
Yeah, for me. So, Boss.
Yeah, so while he was doing that, Boss came out and he said that he's dropping the Milky Way on Kobe Day. So the same day Martine is dropping his joint.
You got some competition.
Same day that Jeremiah and Ty Dolla $ign are dropping My
I was trying to go
Ty.
number one, bro. I was really trying. You know what I mean? I don't know if that's
Yeah,
gonna
Jeremiah and Ty Dolla $ign, they was like, we ain't fucking with this nigga. We dropping My Ty then too.
Shit.
That's gonna be a lot of Young Bird joints on that motherfucker, man.
Hitmaker.
Because ain't the album entirely produced by him?
He probably has a few records on there, but
Yeah.
Hitmaker, man.
But Boss is adding his name. Milky Way will be dropping on August 24th. I'm excited for that. He dropped the record with Ferg and the video for it earlier this week too. So
Ferg is actually in it. Mm-hmm. Oh
yeah, hats off to them.
Damn, man. Back then we used to always make fun when his chain gets snatched and it was just getting passed around. Now he's just behind the scenes and getting a whole bunch of chains.
Yeah, basically.
So some music did drop besides the Peasant. Peasant. I did not have time to listen to Iggy shit. Did y'all listen to it? Did you listen to it? How was it?
Nah.
Cream,
cream is the hot. No, it's not better than Nicki.
What?
No, it's not. It's an EP. But even then, it's not better. So you had Cream, and then you really had Kawasaki, and then maybe the first half of Survive the Summer was alright.
But that ass is better than Nicki's.
I want to know who her surgeon was.
No, that's real.
Is it?
Hey.
You know
what?
I'll get jiggles. I know. Corn-fed bread. I'm here for it.
I don't know what Iggy been eating.
Ass.
I don't know what Iggy been eating. That probably some fried chicken. Probably some shit. But
had to be fried chicken. She was bouncing the bucket off.
That shit is just floating. Just like it needs to be in slow motion, like nigga. Because Nicki has a ass too, but she don't know how to fucking shake it. That irritates.
I don't think she can physically.
I mean,
like whatever that substance is, I don't think it moves well.
Even what about in the Anaconda video? She was kind of shaking it, but I think she had a stand-in. I think they probably put the faces.
Was Photoshop. Yeah, I don't.
Yeah, especially how she was shaking it. And I was thinking, okay, they probably put her face on somebody.
Right.
And the album or the EP.
Yeah, it's just alright.
Okay.
I mean, like I say, we got excited because we heard Cream, and it's a good single, but outside of that and Kawasaki, because Kawasaki was a dope record, but outside of those, it was kind of just like, all right, it's here.
So it's kind of just float. It just floats off.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's basically.
I still like Iggy. That ass though. That ass.
But we call out the barbs and we say, well, what about the music? I got to keep that same energy.
Oh yeah, of course. But
and about the music,
fuck Nicki.
This is a bar. So
you still have it. You should delete that damn album, bro.
Which one?
Peasant.
Well, I was going through it.
But we had them. Okay, I get you.
Yeah.
Don't
be worried about what I be doing.
I just be streaming. I don't download unless it's really worthy.
Too. I don't.
I got it because if I reach certain points where it doesn't
stop
playing.
Yeah, okay, you got a point. Yeah. Got a point, nigga. R&R.
This is great.
Okay.
There's a lot of motherfuckers on this album. And they're all the jazz musicians that are on your favorite hip-hop albums. So you got, of course, Terrace Martin, Robert Glasper, Christian Scott. I always have a hard time pronouncing his last name. Christian Scott Atunde, Ajua, Derek Hodge. Of course, Derek Hodge, I actually had him highlighted like 2 years ago with his album. I think he was in my top 25.
Okay.
Taylor McFerrin and Justin Tyson on the drums. These motherfuckers, this album was so unexpected, but so necessary. It was dope all the way through.
Okay.
It's hard to even highlight anything because it all just flows. So Ghost is on it doing a fucking spoken word.
Okay.
Yeah, Omari Hardwick.
Oh, well, that Ghost. I'm thinking of Ghostface.
No. Terry Crews was on it. Stally provided a verse, and then you had Amanda Seales. She gave a spoken word. And then Amber Navran was on the closing track.
So it's pretty much like a smooth album.
It's jazz. Yeah.
It's jazzy.
It's jazz with hip hop flavor.
Oh, so it's like a.
So it's not a traditional jazz.
So it's like a vibe. I hate saying that word. It's a mood. I hate saying that shit too. It's just good music.
It's a vibe. It's a mood. It's a fucking record that's going to be on one of either your underrated list or it's going to creep into your top 50.
So it's not quite a wave, right?
No, this is something that sticks. This is something that sticks with you. I enjoyed this all the way through.
So another album that came out, I guess out of nowhere, because when Peasant dropped, I need something to wash my peasantcy away. Trippie Redd. No, I'm not really a Trippie Redd fan like that.
I don't think this came out of nowhere though. I think
it's been like, what's it called? Talked about for a minute. Yeah, I've been keeping watch on it, but it was like after fucking what's it called? Peasant came out. I was like, I need to listen to something else new. So I saw it and I was like, okay, Trippie Redd. It's called Life's a Trip. Mm-hmm. And honestly, it was actually quite good.
I was surprised by it.
Yeah.
I'm listening to it. There's old school hip hop elements. There's samples. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Where did this come from?
I like Taking a Walk. That was good. Wish with the Diplo thing. That was cool. The Forever Ever with Young Thug. Yeah. That was a fucking mood.
I don't know about you. I wanted to be in the recording session of Bang. Because at the end, when he's like, I wanted to actually see that shit recorded live.
To the engineer, right?
The engineer, just because he's making like all these gun noises, like he's, instead of actually putting the gun sound effect, they used his like vocal sound effect at the end of the song as the gun. So he's just like, and I'm like, I'm listening to it laughing like, I want to be in that session, man.
Engineer probably just looked up like, I'm getting paid for this. Whatever.
Engineer probably like, whatever, man. Just tell me when to stop.
Another record I liked was Uka, is that how you say it? Oh, Yuka? Track 10. Mm-hmm. That was the one I really liked.
When Travis Scott came out of nowhere, though, on Dark Knight Demo.
Oh, yeah, that was good.
Yeah, that was what I liked.
That whole album, all the way through, is kind of emo-ish. But
he was spitting.
Yeah, he was.
I think it was Gore when he was actually like hardcore spitting, if I'm not mistaken.
What was it?
Like,
Gore,
rapping.
yeah, Gore.
Yeah, like
rapping.
Yeah, I was like,
so you can
sold him short.
Yeah, it was an enjoyable listen. Better than Queen. Peasant. It's better than Peasant. Definitely. We're going Rain Man on us.
Definitely. I didn't even hear it, but definitely.
No, it was just definitely one of the most surprising ones. And that's going to be. He made a good impression on me, so now I have no choice but to see where it fits in when we start closing out the top 50.
Even though him and 6ix9ine have beef for whatever reason, but it is what it is. And Quavo dropped 3 singles.
That shit was random and
forgettable.
Man, I'm gonna tell you this. Like I've been saying, Jack Huncho was mediocre. I liked it because of the sounds. Astroworld and these 3 singles will actually make you appreciate Huncho Jack a little bit more in the sense of, wow, if Trav actually gave him maybe 1 or 2 tracks from Astroworld, that's probably what separated it from actually being talked about better than what it was. Versus if Quavo actually put any one of these 3 songs on there, it probably would have drained it down even more. So it's kind of one of those things where
they
it's
balance each other out.
Yeah. Okay. Quavo just needs to stick with the Migos. Like it's.
Remember back then, everyone thought he was like the best member of the group. Remember that?
Yeah.
On the timeline, everyone thought.
I never understood that.
The hooks. He's the songwriter.
I get it, but it didn't resonate as far as like sonically. You know what I'm saying to me?
Honestly, Takeoff is the one.
Yeah.
That bar wise.
Yeah. I mean,
he's
I'll
the one that's there. Offset is kind of.
just spits.
Yeah. But Takeoff's really the one overall that
Spits
holds
and
them all
cheats.
together.
That's kind of his thing.
Who?
Offset.
No, we're talking about Takeoff.
Oh, whatever.
Whatever. All 3 of them sound the damn same to me.
Nah, they sound.
I mean, to me.
Now, I will say this: out of the 3, so you had Working It, Bubblegum, and Lamb Talk. Out of those 3, Bubblegum was actually the one where I could see, okay, this could actually have a little effect and have some longevity.
Yeah, you gotta give it up for Migos, man. They like, it's kind of crazy how they all made a name for themselves, and they, as a group, they're really good, and even solo, they're still low key decent.
I mean, the thing of it is you got to remember too. They started out as a lot of people just knew them as Gucci's little niggas. Mm-hmm. Like right. That's all that they thought they were, and they came out at a time where. Travis Porter.
Yeah. People thought Travis Porter was supposed to be what Migos are at right now. Yeah. Damn, they still play their records in the club. Yeah. They play their records that they say my ladies. Yeah, that song. Mm-hmm. And that's the only one they got. Yeah. Sadly.
Martin, you checked out Neff the Pharaoh, right?
Yeah, I listened to it.
You sound disappointed.
Yeah, I honestly was, because everything leading up to it, I liked. I liked all his music. I'm not gonna lie. I liked all of his music. This one, it literally it was just background music. Damn. Yeah, I know that's sad to say, because I was really looking forward to this one, but it's literally just background music.
Damn, that's sad.
That's not good.
No, it's not.
Well,
no, it's not. I was very upset.
Other good news: TDE made an announcement. They got a new signee.
Yeah, they signed Reason.
Reason, and you called it. Mm-hmm. You called that shit, and I was like, okay, I like that. And his rap that the record they released, that was good. And like I said, he had the best verse on Seasons.
He did.
Yeah, I remember after I heard that, I was like, oh god, listen to his shit. I go on Apple Music, there was barely anything there. I'm like, what the fuck? And then I looked on SoundCloud, not there. Like probably like one old ass track, but I was like, what the fuck? And I'm following him on Instagram, and he's just doing random shit, not being in the studio, and I was like, what the fuck? And then this single,
a whole lot of what the fuck.
Yeah, I was like, what the fuck this Top Dog got going? And okay,
that's what it was. Yeah, did you listen to the track?
Yeah, it was dope. He rapped his ass off.
I thought by now it would have been on all the streaming services, but it's
only on the TDE shit. It's just, exclusive.
Right. Actually, and before we even go further, because there was actually one more album I left off here. Going back to Quavo, you see the video where he was like, I ain't getting Me Too?
I heard, but I didn't see it.
That shit was funny. They were performing, and he brought this girl up out the crowd.
Yeah,
he was just trying to have a regular dance with her, just hold her hand, just let her dance, and him just be there. And she got up on, and she started like trying to twerk on him, and he backed up like,
hey. Mm-hmm.
And so then he was like, let's dance or whatever. But then she like turned around and still went and started twerking more. So he backed up. He's like, I ain't getting Me Too. Fuck that. You ain't gonna catch me. So then he was letting her do her thing, and then he walked back over to her and then walked her back off the stage. It's like, yeah, you gotta get the fuck up out of here.
Yeah, you done.
Yeah, I'm not getting caught up for you.
You're done.
It's actually a good segue into this final review, which was I finally listened to the City Girls, their album, Period.
How ratchet is it?
The women that YG raps about on his records. Mm-hmm. Yeah, multiply that by like 3.
Whoa.
It was some of the most ratchet.
It made my soul so happy.
I was actually listening to it.
Period.
And the listeners won't see it because they can't visualize it. But I'm listening to it and I'm driving, and some of the things they were saying, I'm like, oh, can you say that?
Yes.
It's even worse than like Cardi and Trina type of shit. It's even more. How ratchet? Like from 1 to 10, how ratchet is it?
12.
Damn.
It's like from 1 to 10, Kia.
Okay.
They are definitely from the Kia branch.
Oh,
but wow. I will say this. I had fun listening to this record, the entire track list.
Okay.
Like it was, I'll Take Your Man was I know it's funny to say that for me, but it was an ode to, I forgot who did the record years ago, but it was an ode to them because it's heavy sample, heavy bass, and they redid it. Of course, they just added a lot of ratchet commentary to it, so it was funny to hear. But that's their lane, and they play it very fucking well. Some of the titles are just funny, like Millionaire Dick.
Ooh, wow.
No Time Broke Nigga. How to Pimp a Nigga.
Whoa.
Fuck on You. Now, Fuck on You.
These are real titles?
Yeah. These are real. Fuck on You was funny. The real gem on here, though, was later on towards the end, Movie. It's actually a really, really good song. I don't know who the singer that they brought on in as the male vocalist.
It was a wow.
But he came on, he did his thing. Their verses were actually dope. Like, overall, I was shocked. It's a shock value album. But it's one of those ones where it's like,
fuck it.
Fuck, I gotta consider this now in my top 50.
So pretty much, it's one of those, I'm hearing for how many tracks?
So there's 16, but it's not even 45 minutes.
I know, it's 16, so for 16 tracks, I'm hearing, I'm a boss ass bitch.
No, it's he ate my pussy this way, and he want to buy me all the stuff just to let me ride on his face, and
wow.
Yeah.
So I was not far off when I said Kia. And
No, that's what I'm saying. They're from the same.
That's like
yeah.
Right
They did a remix to In My Feelings that came out on Friday.
Yeah, I saw that too.
Like,
but the thing is, as I finally jumped on the wave, like, yo, okay, I can rock with it. One of the members, JT, she just turned herself in to do a 2-year bid for fraud.
Whoa.
Well, damn.
Yeah.
Well, there goes that.
And if you didn't know, they're signed to Quality Control, so they're a part of the roster that has Migos and
I just
Yachty.
seen that right now.
Yeah. And they hail out in Florida. Okay, so they have the traditional the bass.
So how long is she about to be in jail for?
They said it's up to 2 years.
Yeah, well, they're about to pull Amigos. How many? It's like three chicks, right?
No, it's 2 of them.
Oh, damn. Oh, that's bad.
Yeah, it's a timeout for him.
Damn, that's
sure.
that way going.
It's a timeout. But again, it's an album that
it's gonna be remembered.
Put it this way: I was listening to it. The reason why Larissa knows about it is because I sent it to her. Because I'm listening to it and I'm like, yo, you need to play this all the way through before the show because this shit matches your energy. Like,
Hi.
This is the Karina was talking about it. She was like, I love this album so much. I was like, okay.
Yeah, for all our lady listeners out there, if you haven't listened to this yet, like, this is the one where
it's worth it. It's definitely
when you daydream about fighting bitches and letting out your inner hoe, like this is the one.
Okay. There's another chick that's came out recently. I guess the Drake branch too. She got famous from the viral off the In My Feelings challenge and shit. Dana Lee. You know what I'm talking about? JC? Lil Baby.
Oh, okay.
That chick. Yeah, her song has been circulating. It has, yeah. It's been going viral. I've been following her ever since, and I've been seeing the song kind of rise on, not on the charts, but it's going viral because more people are singing the song and shit. It's a catchy ass song too. My little baby. It's like a little chant.
Yeah.
And she's this dancer, and she's on tour right now with Tiana Taylor and Jeremiah. She's opening for him.
Oh, nice. So that's a good look.
Yeah, and Tiana Taylor, oh my God, God bless her. So I don't know if you saw the video.
I did.
But she was dancing, and then her wig came off, and then she took off the wig and was like, nigga! Wave that shit around. Like, wow.
That's Harlem.
Yeah, but Dana Lee, I say y'all need to really watch her, because I've said this. She's going to take Tinashe's spot. Now, when I say Tinashe's spot, I'm talking about because she reminds me a lot of Tinashe when she first came out.
Yeah, but Tinashe not going to give that up with a fight, because even though as bad as Joyride was, the recent single that she just put out, and I forgot the name of it, that shit's steaming with a lot of buzz right now. Like, had she put that shit on... one? Yeah. Okay. Had she put that shit on Joyride, we're talking about Joyride in a different light. Mm-hmm. Like, I don't know how the hell that record, if it was even recorded before it, because if it was recorded in the process of that album, if it didn't make the
I remember Young Berg said on the Joe Budden podcast, he was like, Tinashe, send her to me. I'll work with her.
Yeah.
But yeah,
he was right.
So
he gave her something.
I'm saying y'all should watch Dana Lee, and you saying y'all should watch that Tinashe record.
Yeah.
So
and then Ella Mai, of course, her new single Trip, I finally got a chance to listen to it. She gonna do numbers with that one too.
Yeah, that shit's nice.
Yeah, it sounds like
I listen to it.
Sounds like Boot Up Part 2 in a way, just in terms of the production, but it's not a. I'm not saying that to diss it. I'm just saying that'll kind of what it reminds you of. It stands on its own. And that's something. That's
shout out to women, except for the peasant.
Shout out to all the women,
except the peasant.
Yeah, there's actually Larissa was giving me some more lady rappers to listen to over the course of the next few weeks.
Oh yeah, shout out to Karina too. Forgot to mention that she was on Undefeated,
right?
As an engineer and all that stuff.
For sure.
Shout out to her.
But yeah, so I'm gonna be looking into Megan Thee Stallion and then Sensi Molly over the next couple weeks or so.
Damn, all these female rappers that came out. No wonder why Nicki's scared, because she knows I guess the peasants are gonna overpower her.
And see, that's the thing too is. They were asking Lil' Kim over the week. I forgot which radio station, because they had funk with her and Kevin Gates.
Yeah, 92.3 in LA.
And I respected where she was coming from when she was saying, "Why am I here? But you're asking me about
Nicki,
her album."
Yeah,
like you don't treat any of the
other female rappers,
the male rappers like that. So why do you? And in some instances, I agreed with her, because it was you don't just ask an artist a random question about another artist unless they have something to do with it. Mm-hmm. On the flip side, to counter what Kim was saying though, is if you have a Push or you have a Drake, you're gonna get asked those questions, because that's the situation you've been put it up against. At the same token, if you have 2 or 3 artists that are going for the number 1 spot, well, now you're all connected with each other, so of course they're going to ask you. Mm-hmm. And at the moment in time, they're going to ask Nicki, Cardi, Kim, because of what she was years ago and her role and everything. Right. One thing you don't see them comparing to is Rhapsody.
Well, yeah, because Rhapsody's a rapper. She's a rap. She be rapping.
Yeah.
Nicki can't even hold a candle to Rhapsody. She can't hold a candle to Remy Ma. What? No, Peasant. That's what her name is.
Peasant. That's what that album was.
Movies. Y'all went to the movies. Surprisingly, I didn't go to the movies this week. I was shocked. You went to the movies.
We just got back from seeing the movie, so we went to go see BlacKKlansman.
I really want to see this shit.
Hey man, I'm gonna give him a round of
Don't
applause.
you
for
spoil
BlacKKlansman.
shit.
No, I won't. It's literally fresh off. I won't.
It was awesome. I really, really enjoyed
They said
it.
Spike Lee back in his bag.
Oh man, what? Y'all know how? At least Busby knows how much I love Terrence Blanchard, who does the original scores for a lot of Spike Lee's. He was in his bag again.
Oh, so
I feel like one of the best movie scores I have ever seen is from Clockers. Clockers has one of the best scores. And
I was like, what about He Got Game? That was a good score.
He Got Game was cool, but Clockers was just had strong emotional. It brought out a lot. And there was 16 tracks consistent of that.
Okay.
He Got Game kind of bounces back and forth.
I mean, maybe I'm just talking about just like the last big score in the end and shit.
But no, he was floating in this, and of course everybody was highlighting the posters and the promo leading up to this. So you had John David Washington, who of course was in the poster, and then to the left side you had Denzel, who of course is his father in The Equalizer 2.
That's
so it was dope in a subway.
Goals,
both their films were side by side to each other.
Oh yeah, Ballers comes back tonight, this Sunday, today.
Yeah. So he was in it. Adam Driver was the co-star, and of course Adam Driver, Kylo Ren in Star Wars. He played Detective Flip Zimmerman. Random, Alec Baldwin was in it.
That's not surprising to me.
It's not surprising, but it was just
Alec Baldwin always,
you know, there's certain
movies.
actors and actresses when you think of Spike Lee and you see their names are attached to any of those projects, you're like, interesting.
It makes sense to me. Alec Baldwin always pops up in random movies, and it's like
Alec Baldwin. So he was there, and then Topher Grace. He actually played what's the cat's name?
David Duke.
David Duke. He actually played him.
Really?
Yep.
Yeah, he did a good job too. Shit was
I believe
good. Yeah, it was overall. It's a great project.
Like,
it's gonna piss you off towards the end though.
I believe it.
Not because of the story, but because of the actual footage.
Oh, of course. So is it like during the credits, or is Spike Lee gonna be an asshole?
It's towards the end of it. It has nothing to do with the story. I didn't put two and two together on why this film dropped this particular weekend until the end. And then, of course, watching the news, it's like, oh shit, it's the 1 year anniversary of Charlottesville.
Is this kind of like, does the end, like the story, the main story, is it gonna like piss me off? Or is it gonna be like a bittersweet ending?
Bittersweet.
Okay, it's Spike Lee.
Bittersweet. But because I mean, you know, Spike Lee, he's a master at creating a film where it's basically him just holding a mirror
to America.
And it's like this is what we're dealing with.
Except for Chirac, that movie was trash.
Now a lot,
Oh my god! See, that's the thing about Spike Lee, man. When he's good at his movies, he's unbelievable. Malcolm X, He Got Game.
Do the Right Thing.
Do the Right Thing. She Gotta Have It. Yeah. I never really did like that.
More Better Blues.
Jungle
Fever.
School Days, besides
Clockers.
that fucking ending. I hate that ending for School Days. I hate that ending. Wake up! Please. Wake up. And then that's it. I hated that.
I mean, they were in college. What you expect?
No, but the ending to School Days, everything was building up to that one moment.
I mean, he couldn't do the right thing ending.
Oh, no, but just a better ending would have sufficed. That's what I'm saying.
It fit what he was trying to do.
And Malcolm X pisses me off, not because of it's just so fucking good, and Howard didn't get not one Oscar for it. That pisses me the fuck off.
How dope is it though that Spike gets to work with Denzel for Malcolm X,
and then he works.
And
with
all
his
these
son.
years later, now his son is the leading man in this latest film. Like that's dope.
That's dope as shit.
So what would you rank this as one of his movies? Like what's your favorite Spike Lee movie, and then your top three?
No, I'm not in order. Clockers, Do the Right Thing, and then probably give the edge to Malcolm X over School Days.
Okay. Yeah, and to me, it's Malcolm X. Bamboozled is really underrated.
It is.
Very underrated movie. My mom said she hates watching it, but I'm like, no, this is what niggas are right now. And Inside Man, just out of order. Because it's like with Spike Lee movies, you can literally pick and choose besides Chirac and fucking Old Boy.
Right.
Oh man, I hate that.
I'm one of the very few people who will even bring up Clockers, but Clockers was just so well done, and it had a lot of names that we're familiar with now. And they were just on a couple. Like that was Mekhi Phifer's first film.
Yep. Don't forget about Crooklyn.
Crooklyn was good too. it didn't match up. It was more lighthearted compared to Clockers.
Yeah.
So
man, Spike Lee, man, you gotta give a round of applause for Spike Lee,
sure.
man. Round of fucking applause for one of the greatest directors of all time. Now he does say stupid shit now and then.
Yeah.
He does, but
you're not immune to it. I mean, you know.
yeah.
But yeah, he was also on. I didn't get a chance to read the Time cover story. But
Yeah, me neither.
He was on there, and that was done by Rembert Brown. So
He was
shout
on
out
the
to
cover
them.
of Time magazine. That's how you know they still love Spike Lee again.
Yeah.
I'm like, damn.
I will
must
say
be
this.
good.
I will say this. One of the funny things about the film is that they kept having lines that referenced this past election. Because of course the film was done in the settings in the early 70s. So there's a lot of, I guess you would call it innuendo to make you think like, I don't want to give it away, but it's just it's funny shit.
I get you.
Yeah.
I'm gonna see the movie tomorrow, so I mean, I promise someone I'm gonna watch it with them. But so that's good for them. So the Oscars, is this like an Oscar contender?
For me, yeah, but I don't. You know
I know.
how that works.
Yeah.
But Spike Lee especially. So
Yeah, but you know how that goes.
But with the
Can't even
Oscars,
predict who's gonna be on
Nah.
that shit. Yeah.
they announced this past week that they're changing the format with some of their shows. Now, they won't televise every category now. They're going to give out awards before the show and during commercial breaks, because the Oscars is the only show they give out awards for every single category. They want everyone to get their damn shine, and that takes up too much time, and it'd be like 4 hours and shit. That's why the ratings go down.
Yeah, they putting a hard cap on that right
So
now.
it's going to be now 3 hours, and they added a new category: most popular film.
AKA the Nigga Award.
Is it though? I won't, because you got action movies.
Black Panther about to take that fucking award.
Or Mission Impossible. People really praise that damn
That would
movie.
be a good spot, because comedies never really get a shine with the
Yeah.
Oscars. Like, that would be a good spot for that too.
This
You know
is
what I mean?
how I call it the best rap award. That's what I'm going to call it. You know how the Grammys? Mm-hmm. That's pretty much what it is. They're going to give all them other people that award while they give everyone else the real award. That's
The Nigga Award.
you could say that, yeah. Yeah, the most popular award. So while,
Is that going into effect for this next one?
next one, yes.
Yeah, Black Panther about to win this shit.
Black Panther got to win that. Squash him, give it to Infinity War.
I can see that too. Hey, Black Panther's still a part of it, so I mean,
it'd be like, yeah. Oh, black people don't know how to respond.
Let me piss. So you won't give an award to the actual Black Panther film where we celebrate African and our heritage, but you'll give it to this movie where they destroy our blackness and our African heritage. And it's like,
wow, that's
y'all should have
exactly
paid
what
attention.
they're gonna say.
Yeah, I was like, y'all should have just paid attention to the storyline, because we all knew that was going to
It
happen.
was a fucking Marvel movie.
Not only that, it's a comic book. You know what I mean?
No,
Like,
to black folks, it was more to them.
jeez.
And speaking of black folks, Idris Elba.
We got beef.
Well, he don't really got beef. It was a story I saw on Twitter, but apparently the producers are eyeing him to be the new Bond.
It's about damn time.
James Bond.
I mean, people used to laugh at it at first.
Wasn't this like a rumor years
ago.
ago?
Yeah.
But now it's looking like it might be in fruition.
That's cool.
So yeah, and Idris Elba even hinted at it, saying Idris Elba, and he looks like a Bond. I mean, look at him. I mean, we can't really.
Do well.
Oh yeah, he'd be perfect. Got the British accent. That'd be perfect. But the reason why I put this part in here is that I read it and I was like, whoa, because I saw another headline story saying Tyler Perry's in talks to be the new Bond. Now the reason
I remember
that
that
a
motherfucker
real
showed up in Ninja
conversation?
Turtles, and I was like, what the fuck are you doing here?
the reason why was because I saw this Twitter thread and it showed. Remember when Idris Elba did Daddy's Little Girls?
Yeah.
And then how after he did the movie, he was talking shit about Tyler Perry?
Yeah.
Well, you remember that movie Alex Cross?
A little. Remind me.
The one where Tyler Perry played. And you remember Along Came a Spider? Remember Denzel's character?
Yeah.
Anyway, Alex Cross, it was going to be a spin-off movie, and Idris Elba was going to play Alex Cross.
Okay.
So, Tyler Perry bought the rights to the movie, and then he starred as Alex Cross.
Oh, what a hoe ass nigga.
Don't ever talk. Now they're saying he's in talks to be James Bond after that information came out.
I always knew I didn't like Tyler Perry.
Hey man, talk shit about the nigga, then I'm gonna fucking take your money, you hoe ass.
Yeah. Oh, shit.
What kind of shit is that?
I mean, hopefully it's not gonna happen. I think Idris is gonna get it. Hope that would be, man. You thought niggas showed up to fucking Black Panther wearing Tasikis. Niggas would show up in suits like the fucking Nation of Islam and shit.
More serious than a joke.
Yeah, we will. We thought we ruined Black Panther. We ruined Bond too. Shit. Anyway, yeah, so I'm glad Black Panther turned to ash so niggas would learn. That came out of nowhere. That's why Infinity War is gonna win for best
Glad
popular
he turned to
film.
ash. You niggas gotta know your place.
This is a comic book movie, nigga. Anyway, the schedule came out for the NBA, and honestly, the real season does not start till Christmas. That's how I look at it.
That's because you don't pay attention to basketball.
To me,
To Martine and I
know.
Every game counts.
Yes, we are back. We are back in effect where every game now counts, and we are
Yeah.
paying attention. Of course, like I called it, I said it was going to be Warriors and Lakers on Christmas. I would have preferred.
I remember.
I would have preferred Lakers Celtics, but I said it
Yes.
was going to be Warriors Lakers. I thought that was going to be the opening game. Our opening game is actually in Portland.
That's random.
Yeah.
It's very random.
Whatever.
But they always, yeah, they always do LeBron like that. Every time he goes, the only time they didn't do it is when he went back to Cleveland. But if you remember when he went to Miami, the first game they were in Boston.
So who's the first home game
Yeah,
against?
you're right.
The first home game is against the Rockets.
That's
2 nights later. So that's our first night is against.
I was kind of like,
That'd be a
yeah.
good ass game.
Yeah, now, all the games gonna be popping.
Yeah.
So I'm not upset with
The
it.
Warriors and Lakers on Christmas.
Yeah,
It's gonna be in
and
at Golden State. Adam.
Yeah, and that was what was confusing. I mean,
was
I'm not
weird
tripping
to
on it
me.
because I'm gonna try to get tickets.
She's
It's gonna be in Oakland, but I would have thought it would have been in LA.
That's what I thought too.
Because this is why, because the MLK game is Warriors Lakers in LA, but I'm like MLK, like you missed an opportunity. Black
Right.
Panthers, you could have had the game up
Logical.
here.
It would
Right,
have been
right.
perfect.
Yeah,
Perfect.
Perfect.
but so you got that game, and then you have, I believe, Knicks versus the Bucks on Christmas,
No one's gonna watch
and
that.
then that's like the opening game, and
I know, that's when everyone's
That's
waking
probably
up.
like that late night, you know what I mean?
No, that's
7 o'clock game.
the first one.
Opening it. Knicks
the
always
opening
get
game.
opening Christmas in the morning.
the
When you
game
turn it
after
on.
that is going to be, I think that's Celtics and Philly. So everybody will be tuning into that one.
That's cool.
The one after that is OKC Rockets. And then Lakers, Warriors gets the big prime time,
yeah.
the 8 o'clock game in the East, 5 o'clock game here.
Yeah.
And then after that, I forgot who the last matchup was.
You better try to get those tickets now. They're gonna be an arm and a fucking leg.
Yeah, no kidding.
Say, man. It's gonna be like
LeBron's
$300 ticket.
actually, he's in.
Nosebleed.
Yeah. Say.
Yeah, do
Shit.
some. LeBron's actually been in the Lakers facility. I know a lot of people were pissed off at it.
Why?
Well, you know, Lakers haters and LeBron stans that hated the Lakers, and
They were mad that LeBron was in his team's facility.
just actually seeing him in the Lakers
Like the
gear.
Laker
Like now
jersey.
it's no longer
Like a practice
just
jersey.
yeah.
Oh, well,
It's no longer one of those things where it's he signed. It's
reality.
motherfucker,
Damn it, this is
official.
happening.
this ain't
Yes.
Photoshop.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
How do you feel? You're like, oh my God, it's happening!
I saw it and I was like, Lakers logo looks good on him. And
I said, damn, he put on some freaking weight, man.
Yeah.
He always
He
does
got-
that.
in the
Well, he got
gym like
swole.
a mug.
Yeah.
He always does that.
But
though.
then it was what I saw most importantly was that it was who was around him. So it was Ingram, Kuz,
Right.
Lonzo, and Hart. So they were all there with him. So
But you were happy.
of course. But I'm not gonna put much stock into it either. But like, this is the best picture alive.
Yes!
I'm not gonna do that. Like, they're just working out. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of work to be done.
Yeah.
He's really enjoying Hollywood though.
He got a lot of fucking.
Man, he's got a lot of shit going on now.
He is enjoying Hollywood.
That's why he moved to LA. One of the
Yeah,
reasons.
No,
well,
that
that
was.
was one of the main things is he has
needs
his
to work.
production company. He's in a lot of shit, and I'm not talking about trouble. I'm
was about
talking
to
about
say, like,
Hollywood.
whoa,
He's
whoa,
in a lot
okay.
of shit.
Okay.
So we're gonna go down the list. So of course we spoke about it on the
Shut
last
up and
episode.
dribble, yeah.
The shop.
Oh yeah, the
That one.
shop. Yeah.
Well, now remember what Laura Ingram had said: "Shut up and dribble."
Yeah.
Well, he's taking that title and he's running with a 3 short documentary series with that. He has
Wow.
a new docuseries going to come out on Stars called Warriors of Liberty City.
Yeah, I saw that.
He has a series about Madam C.J. Walker, which comes out on Netflix.
saw that.
He has a fantasy camp movie called Ballers. He has a comedy on sports assistants, which is going to be a CBS original series.
Whoa.
He has an ABC comedy series called White Dave.
Whoa.
He has an inspirational high school basketball docuseries that's coming out. A Muhammad Ali documentary that comes out on HBO.
Wow.
A student athlete documentary that's coming out on HBO.
That's going to be interesting. Probably focus on the NCAA.
Yeah, there's a series called The Wall, which is on NBC. A sneaker store comedy, which will be on HBO. He's getting a Facebook bag with this series called Do or Dare. And then he has a documentary centered around the I Promise School. Mm-hmm. And then the Space Jam sequel.
Supposedly. Yeah.
He's actually supposedly going to be a part of a House Party remake. And he's going to do something. I don't know if it's called Public Enemy or if it's a film that's centered on Public Enemy. He's getting bags.
Why do you play basketball?
You know what I'm saying?
Like, at this point, like, you opening schools, doing movie productions,
bags.
You doing shit beyond Jordan or whatever.
Yeah, like, just, I mean, round of a goddamn applause.
He ain't thinking about no damn ring. He ain't thinking about no ring.
No, that's actually what he said in his...
No. I'm thinking... Oh, he actually said that?
He said one of the reasons why he wanted to come back was he wanted to bring back the championship-winning culture to the Lakers. That was one of the selling points on him. He said, of course, he spoke with his family, and that was important. And he said, but getting to partner with Magic and having the opportunity to bring a ring back.
Unlimited bags!
Yes.
Man, you will cry for joy when you guys win, if you guys win that championship.
We win the championship, Martin and I are out. Like, you won't even know that. You won't even know that we're on the road. Like, we are on the first
game. Be halfway over.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we're going to pick up Jason. If Rossi ain't down in LA still, and he's up here somewhere, and he going to ride back with us, we are going to LA
Clock
for a
not
week.
even 0 yet. It's like, you guys, we're on the road right now.
Yeah. Somebody gonna be designated on the NBA.com website to get the championship gear and shit. Like, it's not a game, bro. Like,
I'll just be like, yeah, it's Busby.
We did that shit in 2010 though.
Oh,
as
man.
Soon as the game was over.
Yeah. Martine hit me up like, you got the website, got the number. I'm like, I'm ordering it as is, man. It's a wrap.
And I'll be like, well, this is episode whatever, 100 and something, and it's just Busby today.
Yeah.
They're at the parade.
Larissa will probably come sit in for me. Just use that episode to trash more Nicki.
Yeah. But yeah.
On the NFL side,
yeah,
Steve Smith. Steve Smith is another person that's come out and said that he's battling
depression.
Yeah,
that's sad.
On one hand, you want to say it's shocking just because of somebody of his.
Yeah, because he was always the loudmouth, always the hardcore nigga and shit like that. So it was alarming. Now I also give him kudos for coming out and talking about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, for sure. Like I said, on one hand, it was one of those things where it's like I never would have thought, but then on the flip side, it's not surprising either because if you followed Steve Smith, he's about that action. You know what I'm saying? Like,
definitely.
Yeah. So, but shouts out again. I want to commend any athlete, anybody in general, who has those issues and has a platform to speak out on that.
So preseason's been going on. I haven't paid attention. I mean, the Niners played. They were against the Cowboys. I didn't watch the game because it's fucking preseason. How did they look, Martine?
I mean, starting offense looked whatever. Defense was whatever. But then again, Sherman was out, so it's
whatever.
Yeah,
everything was just
But see, that's how I've always felt about preseason in general. Anyways, just. Whatever.
Like I always said, preseason should only be for the backups and rookies, unless your team is ultimately garbage and everyone needs to start. But it's only for backups and fucking rookies. The starters should just rest.
Well, I'm gonna let you. I don't know if I've stated it on this show. I'm gonna let you know how it goes down.
I figured.
The very first game, they're trying to pretty much cut the fat. And what I mean by that is you have so many players that are making these training camp rosters, even though when I was there, you actually had it was a mandatory cut at the end of each game. Now, apparently, they wait either after the second or the third preseason game, not including the Hall of Fame game. Those games are for that. Unless you have a new coaching system in play, and at that point, now you have to get your starters in because you got to see how everything's in motion.
Damn, so the Raiders have to really...
Now, from what I didn't watch much of the Raiders because, again, I'm not watching much of football, but they actually, the Detroit Lions were actually in Napa all last week up until the game on Friday. So that was pretty much their competition.
Well, I keep
so I
forgetting
think
you worked for them niggas. It's been so long since you've been gone. Damn.
yeah, this is my second season now.
Damn.
Since then.
Crazy.
So yeah, so I don't even know if the starters even played that game because I know Marshawn ran, but I didn't know how long he played.
A yard.
No, his first run they called it. It was a touchdown. They called it back. It's like a 78-yard run, and they called it back.
Ah, shit. I mean, I like Marshawn.
Same
Not
here.
a Raider fan, but I like Marshawn.
Everybody
loves Marshawn.
I ain't gonna wear his shit. But, yeah.
I mean, I'm pretty sure if you got some beast mode and some
No.
Let
me reframe. If it has Raider colors on it, I'm not gonna wear it.
But I mean, even if it doesn't, black and white is such a generic color. It doesn't have to be a Raider color. Like
it's still Raider colors. Don't push it.
I guess. Mm-hmm. All right. You can even say it's White Sox color. All right. The main beef, though, that was Cam Newton and Kelvin Benjamin. Kelvin Benjamin was talking reckless about Cam, saying, just talking about his skills as a quarterback. Cam walked up on him, just jokingly.
Yeah, look jokingly. He looked serious.
Well, no, initially. Initially, when he walked up to him, he was just, trying to be cordial about it. But when Kelvin Benjamin wasn't trying to have it, that's when Cam looked at his teammate who was talking to him, and he's kind of like, gave him a little hand motion, like, yeah, you need to shoot away real quick.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, we got some shit to talk about. So he went and stepped to him like, man, like, what was up with you? What was you talking? Kelvin wanted no parts. Cam wasn't letting it ride, and he kept following him out. The video went on for another minute, and then finally he's just like, bet. And he walked out and he dipped. Mm-hmm. Moral of the story is, don't request smoke if you don't want the smoke.
So what exactly did you say about Cam Newton?
He's just basically talking about how he was poor as a quarterback, wasn't getting him the ball or whatever, and it's like, dog, first of all, you've been injury prone. Every time you get hit, you're out for like 3 weeks.
He's a yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what it is. Then if you actually remember, he got overweight before they traded him last year. So he wasn't even physically ready to be on the field.
Yeah, I mean, he's a big dude, but he was
talking shit. Right. Was he a tight end or just a wide receiver?
So remember, this was their number one receiver, but he got hurt the same year they went to the Super Bowl. So it was one of those things where it's like, okay, why are you talking shit about the quarterback when he was able to get them to the Super Bowl without you?
Yeah,
when you were down. But preseason, everybody's just fired up. They want to get to it. The real smoke though picked up because the players, of course. The new rules in place. You got to stay in the locker room if you're not going to stand and all that. Some players was like, yeah, fuck all that. So you had Miami Dolphins, the Kenny Stills and Albert Wilson II. They knelt Malcolm Jenkins from the Eagles. He raised his fist again. And it caught the attention of everybody's favorite tweeter.
Whole ass nigga in office.
Yeah. Let me.
You gonna do your voice? You gonna do your whole ass voice? Don't speak like a whole ass.
The NFL players are headed.
Sorry.
What?
I've never heard him do that voice before.
The NFL players are at it again, taking a knee when they should be standing proudly for the national anthem. Numerous players from different teams wanted to show their outrage at something that most of them are unable to define. They make a fortune doing what they love. Be happy. Be cool. A football game that fans are paying so much money to watch and enjoy is no place to protest. Most of that money goes to the players anyway. Find another way to protest. Stand proudly for your national anthem or be suspended without pay.
Who the fuck is you? Shut up, nigga.
Right. Like, you can't go to someone else's job and get them fired. Well, you can, but not like that.
Meanwhile,
this is why I don't want to give this whole ass nigga any energy. Just like I didn't give Nicki album any energy.
Well, I'm
not giving him no energy.
I'm going to give it some energy.
So fuck him.
I'm going to give it some energy. But before I do that, I find it funny how they say they can't protest in this way, but either it ended or it was going on this very Sunday, August the 12th. There was a pro-white nationalist demonstration that took place in D.C., and nobody seemed to have anything to say about that. So it's kind of funny how...
Why are we acting so surprised?
Yeah, I'm not surprised. I'm just saying... I'm pointing everything out. Now, there was some flaws in what he said. But let's point them out. Like, look, come on now.
Why?
Come on.
Why?
When he said they make a fortune doing what they love... and most of the money goes to the players anyways, that's false. The players actually make 47 to 48% of the total revenue.
Right.
50 51 to 52% actually gets retained back, or the 52, 53, I should say, gets retained back by ownership. And that's why they're eventually going to lead into a lockout coming pretty soon anyways, because they ain't getting the kind of money they want to get.
Yep.
What else is there? Once again, he's completely ignored the fact on why they're even standing to begin with. Yeah. And shouts out, I forgot who it was. I don't know if it was on CNN or if it was another network.
Probably CNN or MSNBC. The one that makes...
I forgot his name, and I'm upset about that.
I know you're talking about that.
I want to give him props. He was saying, yo, if we want to talk about veterans, let's talk about veterans then. Because we have a shitty program when our veterans come back from war. I mean, you send a 19-year-old out there, and he's going to see his fellow serving compadre get his fucking head blown off. Yep. You're going to bring him back, and you're not going to prescribe him, or you're going to tell him that his HMO doesn't cover the necessary prescription that he needs to get over that.
In all aspects, whole ass nigga was acting like a peasant, as he usually does.
Peasant?
So...
I thought it was funny though, not that, but I thought it was funny with the Omarosa situation.
Oh man, she might lead to his impeachment. Yeah, that's funny.
But even then, she still ain't invited.
Needs to.
Yeah, but even then, she still ain't invited no fucking.
Oh, of course not.
Trying to holler at her.
Oh, of course not.
But I thought it was funny how he had the highest praise about her, and then when they fired her, they actually offered her $15,000 a month to keep her mouth closed. She was like, nah. So then she went and
I'm gonna start snitching.
She dropped the book. So then they asked him about it, I believe, yesterday, and he's just like, yeah, she's a lowlife. That's all I have to say on the matter. Yeah, and he went about his business. The whole shit, like, it's not funny, but it's fucking funny. In a situation that's not funny, and it's not, I want to say long overdue, but, you know, we got to revisit this. In baseball, the Giants, they finally retired Barry Bonds at 25.
It's not funny. That's a hell yeah.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. It's not funny.
The way you were talking, it sounded all moody.
Because I'm going to get to the Hall of Fame.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
You know.
Yeah. Give me a hell yeah.
Now the Hall of Fame, because everybody, the voters are still keeping him out of that. But
because they still feel he cheated?
But there's no evidence.
Exactly. That's why I love what Barry Bonds did. That nigga got yoked up, and they had all the quote-unquote evidence, and even his trainer didn't snitch. They put him in jail for not snitching. Yeah. And he still kept hitting them fucking home runs and breaking all them white boy records and Babe Ruth. That's why they got mad.
So, for...
Black man did that.
Yeah. For baseball fans, everybody knows that, of course... The great Willie Mays is Barry's godfather. Mm-hmm. And Willie gave a speech at the ceremony yesterday. Quote, give somebody honor who deserves to be in the Hall of Fame.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty much what it is. You gonna tell Willie Mays, a Hall of Famer, that he doesn't know what he's talking about?
One of the greatest players of all time.
Still nigga.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Stop it. Get some help.
Hey, Barry Bonds, man, all yoked up and still broke Mark McGwire's record, still broke Babe Ruth's record. One of the greatest hitters of all time. Did anyone break his records? Someone broke his records.
I mean, it's gonna be a hard pace.
He hit 73
in 73 one season. Yeah, and then I
700 and something.
But I know he beat Hank Aaron, bro.
Yeah,
like you know what I'm saying. Like
he's at the top. And y'all will give him Mark McGwire all them fucking praise, and then when he admitted that he had fucking steroids, it wasn't no fucking you low life, you this and that. It's like, oh well, you know, you learned it. No,
I mean they did put an asterisk next to Mark McGwire's record. Yeah. So I mean, there's that.
Well, there ain't no asterisk with Barry Bonds, bitch ass.
Sammy Sosa felt the heat and he bleached his skin.
Bleached his skin,
man.
Bleached his skin. Nah, Barry Bonds is one of the greatest ever. You better respect that.
Easy.
Niggas.
Now the NCAA, there's some things going on both basketball and football. So on the basketball side, they still ain't paying them
at all. But
something that's very long overdue. Undrafted players, they now have the option to return to school.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's been long overdue. Yeah. Like,
for sure.
They barely, I think, what was it, 2 or 3 years ago when they finally opened up for the players to go to the combine to see where they were ranked, and if they weren't high enough, they could go back. Now it's a situation they could actually enter the draft, and if they don't get drafted, they have the option to sign as an undrafted free agent or to go back to school.
You know what they should do? They should do like a last chance youth for basketball. That'd be some interesting shit.
Oh, they have them out there.
They do?
City College San Francisco.
No, but I meant like
you mean actually do a documentary?
Yeah.
But they're not going to be as intense as football. That's the thing.
I know.
They're not.
Oh, yeah, speaking of Last Chance U, they announced season 4.
Yeah.
So JB back.
Can't wait.
Can't wait for the no fuckery.
Yeah. What I thought was also interesting about this, though, was that so now they have a system to rank players by their elite status. So now they're going to have elite high school recruits. They can now hire NCAA certified agents. The same thing with
That's bullshit.
The same thing with college players that want to go in see tests. They can now hire agents that are approved by the NCAA, so it doesn't count against them. Which on one hand sounds good. Let's see how it plays out.
Yeah,
because if one of these agents can get his agent some money, but he doesn't get drafted. How does that come into play now?
It just said NCAA approved. I don't trust that at all.
Right.
Because they're gonna.
But on the flip, it's gonna be. I don't think it's necessarily gonna be okay. Well, here's our agents that we're gonna give you. It's just gonna be the agents that a lot of guys have that they just have to get passed by the NCAA.
They're probably gonna have like specific guidelines or whatnot.
Like LeBron's, like Rich Paul and Clutch. I'm sure they're gonna get cleared through easily.
Yeah.
They pay the fucking kids, man.
It's gonna be a process.
Yeah, just pay the fucking kids.
But I agree with you.
Yeah.
Pay them. But this is a way for them to kind of,
ease around it.
Yeah, well, not ease around it, but to lead into it. To say you don't just want to give them everything right at the moment.
We talked about this before. How much do you think they should pay these kids? Like from football and basketball, how much? Like how
whatever they're making. I believe that if their names are big enough to start recouping off of jerseys, they need to start recouping off their jerseys. Like if they have a name that's big enough where they can make money for signing autographs, let them fucking sign their autographs.
I just can't believe they be just doing the kids when they just be selling shoes and doing all this other stuff and you suspend them because you ain't giving them money.
Right. I mean, the same thing with the kids from North Carolina. I don't know if you heard about it.
Oh, yeah.
When they were selling the J's.
And then they all,
And now some of them, their suspensions all vary. But again, we're going to see how that plays. On the football side, Maryland's head coach, DJ Durkin, he's now on leave. I don't know if I brought this up episodes ago. If I missed it, it's because what they're claiming is a toxic culture around his program that has ultimately led to the death of one of his players, which was offensive lineman Jordan McNair.
Yeah, we didn't talk about that.
Right. This was back June 13th. He collapsed after having a heat stroke and he passed away. He was only 19 years old.
This is why I'm glad I stopped playing football. Just for this type of shit right here. Because in my junior year, I just felt in my senior year, it wasn't fun no more. I finished it. But
starts becoming a business.
Yeah, I just saw what was going on. It became work, and it was just like I just played this shit to have fun.
Right.
And now it was, and then when I watched Broke, that 30 for 30 documentary, it was just like, to me, football is just a longer period of your high school career. From college to the NFL, it's just a longer process of your high school career. Because when you're done, you're done. You're done. You better have your high school shit. But seeing that shit, because they take this shit so serious.
It's a big money business.
But even in tech, I'm just saying, even in not just that, like coaches, you know what I mean? How serious they take it and shit like that, and they just yelling at you like you're a fucking drill sergeant and all this other getting in your face, and it's just like, nigga, it's just a game. You just get a little fucking trophy shit at the end of the year. We get this little small trophy, and that's it.
From the outside looking in, you gotta remember though, the boosters, the alumni. All that money comes into effect because you got alumni in high places bragging against another alumni from other schools. So
I think it's worse.
You don't want to look stupid, in your corporate
college. I can understand, but I think I was really thinking about high school.
Yeah, I would agree. However, they're now starting to get into that area where we can make money off the high school kids. Let's make money off the high school kids.
Because I watched I think I told you about the documentary. This documentary series called QB1. And it followed these high school QBs. And I'm looking at these private schools and the shit they have on the sideline. Like, dude, on the sideline, like after a play, they have a big screen TV behind like a little tent. And they're showing the plays that they just did. I'm like, what kind of shit is that?
What kind of shit is
Shut
that?
up, Chris. Like, literally, like, what kind? I'm like, what the fuck? They putting all this money into the schools. They flying to different cities and shit. These kids playing like they're in the NFL. This one kid, I forgot his name. Some white boy. Some little pretty motherfucking white boy in the suburbs threw for 45 touchdowns in his junior year.
Damn.
I'm like, why even go to college?
Money be made off that, man.
Go to the NFL. Like, Jesus.
Yeah.
This is,
But we're gonna see how that scandal plays out because, of course, that's going on at the same time this Urban Meyer scandal is, going the route it's going. So we're gonna see.
college, man.
College.
Just stick to books.
Yeah.
Don't play sports. Nah, but do what you got to do. But still. Anyway, while we're talking, Devil Wear Prada is playing on the TV with sexy ass Anne Hathaway. Mm-hmm. And we gotta give a big ups to Anne Hathaway for speaking up for us black folks.
Definitely. I forgot to mention this last week. There was just so much shit we had to get through. It just got
There's
lost.
still so much shit we're talking about.
Yeah. But she spoke up on behalf of course, the slain Nia Wilson. Mm-hmm. Basically calling out white people. Saying it's our responsibility to stop looking away and acting like we have no part in this. A white man killed a black girl. And we can't and was arrested, but didn't have to have force used on him. That's an issue. We have to speak up on it.
Hey man, Anne Hathaway can get it.
Yeah.
And I had nothing to do with what you just said, but I'm happy she's proud of us. I'm happy she's on our side.
Yeah, definitely.
Not our side, just the human, the common sense side.
Right.
She got a bang body too.
While that was going on, was it Friday? Friday night. This man in Seattle who he worked at the Seattle Tacoma airport. He actually hijacked one of the planes.
GTA style.
Yeah. Jumped on that mug, flew around, and then finally crashed down.
Even did tricks.
Yeah. Because he didn't know how to fly the plane.
He was fucking flipping the plane.
Barrel rolls and shit like
on some tailspin shit.
Right.
It
was 29-year-old Richard Russell. He worked for Horizon Air on the ground as one of the service agents. He just got in there. I guess he just reached a point where he was just like, fuck it. Because they actually got some excerpts. The excerpts are actually kind of dark. Now, they're not kind of. They're pretty dark.
We've been talking pretty dark in this whole show.
Yeah.
So.
Quote, I've got a lot of people that care about me, and it's going to disappoint them to hear that I did this. I would like to apologize to each and every one of them. Just a broken guy, got a few screws loose, I guess. I never really knew that until now.
Okay, well.
So they're citing mental health issues.
Well, you don't say.
Yeah, rest in peace. If you ever reach that point,
to go on a plane, just saying, you know what, I'm gonna go on this 747,
right,
and just fly around, flip it, do some tricks. And then crash it.
It's an unfortunate situation, and you never want to say, well, fortunately, because altogether, it's a fucked up situation.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
At least it was a situation where it was only him on the plane.
Yeah.
He didn't hijack with anybody else.
There was people on that shit.
Yeah.
At least he had that type of knowledge not to kill nobody else. He was
right.
himself.
And the thing of it was everybody was asking, like, how do you let somebody like this work for you and do this? And they actually went and they looked at his past record. He didn't have no criminal record. He didn't have signs of mental illness. At the point he had the job for 3.5 years.
In the words of Royce the 5'9", check on your strong friends, man. Shit.
He leaves behind a family himself. He was a father and a husband. So rest in peace.
Something lighter.
Yeah, the game was throwing his hands to say rest in peace to his teammate.
That's lighter. That's kind of light. Still dark, but kind of light.
Yeah. I really don't even know what the hell started this, but they got into some words, and next thing you know, he smacked the shit out of his teammate at the Drew League.
I saw that. He fell down on his ass.
And then they squared up.
Yeah.
Hey.
I want you to get to the fucking bucket.
You trying to tell me you never got into a fight with your friends?
Not like that.
Man.
I ain't go physical. Fuck.
I'm the instigator. I'm not the one that fights.
Yes,
I instigate shit.
I'm not that.
I mean, when I was younger, me and my best friend used to box a lot. But
That's what I'm saying.
I've only
we
fought
were
4
like
times.
17, 18. It was.
Oh yeah.
I think I
as an adult, I
think I
had to
slapped
fight in my
boxed
adult
a few
This is the
times.
game we're talking about.
Yeah. Now, I've only fought 4
man.
times, and each one of those 4 times was not with somebody I considered a friend.
Well, there you go.
But it was entertaining. I mean, I'm not going to condemn him for it. Like, the shit was funny. Like, motherfucker was shooting a free throw. He walked up to him and smacked the shit out of him.
Game's a hothead at the end of the day. He's really intense on everything he does.
Yeah.
Everything.
That's 40 Glock that.
Yeah.
40 Glock, 40 Glock, 40 Glock. Just making the sounds. Yeah.
Rapper Kyle is starring in a Netflix original called The After Party.
I got
that motherfucking trailer, bro.
For real.
That was one of those like I wish I had my time back type of trailers. It was like what the okay.
I saw Wiz Khalifa show up into it, and I was like, Martine's gonna love this shit. And then I saw Kyle throw the fuck up all over him, and I was like, yeah, don't. If Martine ain't seen this, don't show him the shit.
That shit's still funny though. Dog.
That shit
what
was
the fuck, man?
that's some shit, and it's like a whole list of rappers in there, like French Montana,
DJ
Wiz, Khaled, Push.
Yeah,
Fuck else is in
Word
it?
Star Hip Hop made it. They're making the movie. That's why.
Serious?
Dead ass.
Wow.
It said Word Star Hip Hop, presented by Word Star Hip Hop. They produced it.
Wow. Shouts out to World Star.
Shit.
World Star.
They starting to get into the production game now.
And
Shouts out
that's
to them.
scary.
And then finally, the last one, we saved the
That's your boy.
most fuckery for last. This ain't my boy.
It's your boy.
This ain't my boy. You was the one talking about, well, if we gonna get him all the fucking way out of here, then
Yeah, get him all the way the fuck out of here.
Well, his brother took you up on your offer and said, well, I'm gonna try.
I just ignored it. It was just like,
so
what
of course, R. Kelly released that 19-minute ass, long ass, I Admit It song.
Well, he didn't admit shit.
Yeah, he admitted everything
Right.
what he was supposed to admit. Well, his brother, Carrie, quote, Killer, and quote, Kelly, is a rapper.
That's unfortunate, but keep going.
And he came out and said, well, if you're not going to talk about it, I will. So he released his own 19-minute song.
It was 19 minutes?
Where he talked about
Was
how
he rapping
R.
or
Kelly...
singing?
Rapping. And he talked about how R. Kelly was not only having sex with women, but sex with men. And he was spreading STDs to both sides.
Here's my problem. R. Kelly has been an issue for years and years and years and years, and we should have got his ass out of here a really long time ago. And from what I've seen after his brother said that, for a lot of people, the line was, oh, and he was sleeping with men. And it's like, really? That's the straw? That's what broke the camel's back? Like, why does that even matter?
I mean,
I didn't listen to this shit.
you didn't listen? You sent it to me.
I sent it, and then right when I was about to press play, the Lord grabbed my finger and was like, no.
No.
Yeah, so I initially wasn't going to listen to it. I just so happened, right before we went to the movies, was finding out the information. Now I'm tempted to go
Listen to the fuckery.
Oh my
go
god.
and listen to the fuckery.
That's you.
I'm tempted.
That's you.
I'm tempted.
I mean,
You sent me R. Kelly, so I figure
that was
it's only
funny.
right to
Yeah, send it to me.
partake, and let's see
But
what he
just
has
like
to
you,
say.
I didn't listen. So
I mean, never mind what's being talked about the song. His brother goes by Killer Kelly.
I don't know about that one.
They
man.
don't have like an uncle or something?
do you really want to meet the uncle?
But no,
I
like,
mean,
I
I'm
could
done
pull
with that
him
whole
aside
family
to be
shit.
like, hey, bro, like, be quiet. Like, stop making 20-minute songs. Like, hey, you go to jail, you go to rehab, and then we can all, everyone, just the whole Kelly clan needs to,
The whole
Oh,
killer.
and this is the kicker.
Well, what's worse?
right?
Oh, God.
To get the views, he hashtagged hip hop's elite. So that way, when people searched,
Yeah.
they would find his record. So on this record, you're seeing hashtag Drake, hashtag Kendrick, Jay-Z.
Wow.
I'm like, nigga,
Right.
That is so...
nigga.
People really
Trash,
do that?
dude.
Does that really work? Like, you just put their
I
hash.
guess, I don't know.
I don't know. Well,
You say
who
teenagers, how would we
searches-
talking?
that's what I'm saying. Who searches?
Who searches hashtags? Like, I'm not like, oh, I'm on Instagram today. I wonder what Kendrick's hashtag looks like. Like, oh, who the fuck does that?
You'd be surprised.
Well, I mean,
Stans and haters.
Like, if you go to YouTube and you use like Kendrick for example, right? If it's hashtagged, it'll pop up in the list. It'll be down
Oh, they
near the
use
bottom.
hashtag on YouTube? I see
Yeah,
use the search
well,
bar. I'm
like,
not
it's the
techie.
tags, yeah.
Sorry.
Well,
Yeah.
this was episode 99.
Killer Kelly.
I'm hungry.
We went from peasants to
Killer Kelly.
to Killer Kelly. That
Peasant. Killer.
thank you, Larissa, again for being here.
No problem. Anytime, anytime.
Follow me on Twitter at Mr. Busby408, and yeah.
Of course, you can. And JC No Hundreds.
Oh, there it
That's
is.
all across all social medias. And then, of course, our Illogical Sense official handle at TIllogicalSP.
SP. Martine.
Oh, yo, what up? Oh, that's me, right?
Yeah.
This is your time to talk.
Oh yeah. So, Busby, ain't nobody listening to you still, bro. Like you still talking. Anyways. Alright, so for me it's Beats Be Killing Them on all social media accounts. And also I just dropped Pre-Roll Pack Volume 2.
Hey.
Yup.
So that's the second installment. The third one's coming out the next week, which will be August 17th.
Yes, sir.
Friday.
And the album, August 24th. Don't forget about that. The roll-up.
Kobe.
Sativa.
Kobe Day. And Larissa.
Feel free to follow me on Twitter at Rissa_the_great.
Yay.
Yeah, and I really am still have nothing to say after you told that little fuck Jed York, I guess.
Well, next week, you know what it is.
Honey!